when they mean to.
That's the wild thing is I don't even like look at the clock. I have one. I don't look at it. I just time it.
Oh.
Maybe it's a subconscious thing because it's in your peripheral vision. It's incorporated into the information.
No, it's not. I
Behavior.
have. So my system clock is set to hide by default.
Huh?
That is ballsy. I'm hungry. I might get some leftovers.
So I'm literally just winging it.
I mean, your internal clock is probably pretty good. Also, the fact that we're in chat and you can clearly see that.
No, I'm not looking at that chat.
If I could prepare 2 more spells, that would be great.
Preparing battle maps.
Just be a wizard, and then you can prepare lots of spells.
The thing is, the next time I do get more spells to prepare, it will be 2 more, and that'll be at level 8.
Level 8. Are we all here? I believe.
I believe so.
I think we should all.
Jazz.
He was eating. Right? Yeah, he's just eating. He's very muted.
Okay, I have resolved the underlying technical issues, but due to the underlying technical issues, there will be no recap. So everyone, we are live with no warning. Welcome back to Bustan.
Hey!
We did it.
Where last we left off, the most shocking news event as you're awaiting a meeting, a tribunal as it were, is the floating headquarters of the Conclave has decided to take up residence in Slaypool as the city was locked down in response to a growing concern of an illness. This illness, as you're starting to realize, is directly related to Shadepool, which is also directly related to the Preacher. There's fears that this will cause the end of the world. All right. Welcome back, everyone.
Who has those fears? Is that like the commoners, like, oh no, the disease is going to kill everyone? Or is it like us, the shade pool is going to kill everyone?
It's not us, but it is Percival who is concerned about this.
The end of the entire world.
And who did you say it was who was the progenitor? I heard their name, I didn't.
Hey, nice try.
Oh yeah, you told us the 5th name of the last lieutenant, you know? Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. And you told us Ein's weaknesses?
Cut it out.
And you said we're all gonna get like 5 million gold or something?
Hey, stop.
We already did week 3, right? So we have week 4 this week?
That's correct. There's week 4. The other thing that happened, by the way, was 2 of 3... This is relatively common knowledge, so I'll just give you this for free. There are 3 episcopatuses, and you saw 2 of them, as well as Jock Rob, who apparently has joined up with the Conclave.
Episcopatuses.
I don't know if that's the plural of episcopatus, but it is in Bustan now, and there's nothing you linguistic nerds can do about it.
Right.
All right, week 4 before the tribunal.
I want to go talk to Irene, and I know some other people did too.
Yeah, we should go talk to Irene at the start of the week. Assuming Happy is okay with people visiting her house.
Well, you're the one that put her in the house, so...
Yeah, we've already demanded to be allowed there, whether or not Happy prefers that to happen, so I'm definitely going there.
All right.
Assuming you guys actually take us there. Because we can't get there on her own.
Yeah, we can't just get there, but there will be consequences.
Damn.
Happy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Well, are we allowed to just bring people through the phase step portals like that? I thought we weren't.
It's
not really,
not recommended, but...
You just did with a criminal.
Yeah,
have them close their eyes.
Well,
This is the price you pay.
It's not strictly speaking like extremely prohibited, but it is highly frowned upon. Given the circumstances, you might be able to justify it.
We
You
could
definitely
just
have
bring.
to close your eyes, though.
We could bring Irene to here instead.
If we were gonna do that, why didn't we just leave her
I
at the
would
Bronx
prefer
Hall,
to see where she's being held.
if she's even still there?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I could do? I could send a sending to her, but that doesn't really help. She could just say whatever she wants.
And we would still have to go through the portal if you're going to use the sending, because it has
Yeah.
to be the same plane.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It's just a 5% chance
interesting.
it doesn't make it if it's a different plane.
Oh yeah, because the other one was shielded.
It's up to you, Happy. I mean, I'm gonna insist that they close their eyes. I did for the.
If
the
we're
girl as
bringing
well.
them through, if we're bringing everyone through, it's your fault. You'll have to answer to the Magpie, not me.
All right.
Hmm.
Let's go then.
But you do have to close your eyes. I've got blindfolds if you need. I keep
I'm
them
not gonna
around.
close my eyes.
Okay, well, you just heard Happy. It's not exactly allowed. I didn't show her where the portals are either.
We're going into a different plane somewhere.
Well, you can
I've
you can
never been
open your
before.
eyes once you're in
I'm
the
not gonna
plane.
keep my eyes closed.
You can open your eyes once you're in the plane. The idea is we want to hide the method in which we got to the plane.
The reason why it's secure is that not everybody can just waltz in whenever they want. And the reason for that is that we've kept this secret for however long. I didn't pay attention in history.
Well, we've already learned that the enemy can track us.
Right, you
Maybe.
got rid of that tracker, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna
But they've
cast
done it twice to us now. The first time we didn't learn for a long time.
detect magic, see if there's any kind of spells focused on us right now.
Okay. There are not.
Oh, no. Alright.
There's no spells above what you usually get.
All right. There aren't any tracking devices on us right now.
They could still use, divination.
Yeah.
Listen, if the Magpie asked me about the Rising, would I tell them anything about it? No. And for the same reason, I take both of these engagements rather seriously. I mean, once you're there, you can certainly talk to the Magpie and ask. But for the time being, it's not my secret to give away.
Well, you're the one that gave our prisoner
Yeah, did
to
you
their
blindfold
jurisdiction,
Irene?
so...
I too find it incredible that you trust someone who murdered hundreds over us.
I put a blindfold on her. The same as I'm asking you to do. And then once you're inside, we take it off, and then everything's fine. You'll know the location of the portal in the real world, you just won't know how to activate it.
We could also bring her back here, and we could just store her in the Bronze Gauntlet if you wish.
All right, let's go through. I'll close my eyes while we go through.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Wielder.
All right. Which portal are you taking to get to the Feywild then?
Probably just the closest one to the thing, which I'm not sure where exactly the thing is. With there's so many tokens on top of it.
Okay.
We'll take the Sri Shrab one.
All right. You make your way to the Fey portal. You are closing your eyes and not being blindfolded then?
Yeah, but we don't have to close our eyes while we walk up to it. Just their activation thing, right?
Yeah, once we get to the building, I ask them to close their eyes or be blindfolded.
We can just, turn around and,
Yeah.
or be
I
around the
can't
corner.
do it
or
if you're
whatever.
looking.
I mean, you can't tell our eyes are actually closed either.
Yeah. It'll be better if we turn around. Because how would you know my eyes are closed?
Well, your eyes glow, so I can see the reflected. Wait, do your eyes glow?
They do.
Yeah, I can see the reflected light if they're open.
But also, watch this, and then they dim. And just
Ooh.
in the daylight, they don't look like they're on. but I can still see. So your equivalent of squinting. So turning around works.
So passive perception, you notice out of the corner of your eye as you're like talking with Wielder that Calcivir is trying to pull out a mirror.
Cal, might be better if we don't know this, because if we ever captured, we can't, leak it.
I'm just trying to freshen up, and I put it back.
Okay.
I will turn
I open the
around
portal.
and I'll put my hands over my eyes.
And I'll blindfold this time.
Thank you.
But I will
Yeah, I'll
listen
put my hands
intently.
over my eyes.
Okay, you make your way into the Fey
Okay,
portal.
so the portal opened.
Yeah, the portal opens.
What kind of magic do I pick up with detect magic?
Transmutation.
Transmutation. All right.
Or a portal?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm scared.
Got you. No, it's conjuration. It's a portal. Come on.
All right. All right.
Who's the first to step through?
One of the.
All right, I'll do it. Whatever.
Yeah. I'll walk through too.
All right,
You guys think this is like a trap or something? What's going on?
You
Well,
just
our
ask it
trust
like that.
levels. We're still assessing where our trust levels are right now.
All right.
The habit of Cal is to be rear guard, so I'll go in last.
All right. Yeah, I'll go in once the rogues are through. I'll be the first one in after that.
Thanks everyone for visiting my childhood home with your guards incredibly up.
Yes, of course. Well, it's a strange place, and we did not exactly have the best experiences in the past with the Feywild.
Understandable. Have a great day. Welcome to the Feywild, everyone. You find yourself in sort of a raised area that's been set up. There's like a platform, and there are signs leading out to various other platforms as well. This is how the Featherstep find their way through the Feywild, and if you do not know how to get to the Featherstep portals, you're surrounded in all directions by an inescapable forest maze.
Joy.
I start leading the way confidently. And I say it's always good to be home. I don't get here often enough.
During the walk, you're reminded of all of your lessons here, that if you enter the maze, the trees will start to walk around to change the paths, leading you in an endless loop. The trees are in it too, in this Feywild. So, you make your way to the village where Happy and the rest of the gnomes live.
They're all gnomes.
Does it look like anything major's happened here recently?
Nothing in particular. You see a bunch of houses that are carved out of giant mushrooms. There's like little bridges leading from treetop houses as well. It's a very idyllic looking space.
See anyone walking around?
You do. There's a few gnomes.
Okay.
I'll wave to some of them and like say, "Hey, Mr. Jenkins, how's that lemon tree?" Stuff like that.
Isaac's back! Everyone, Isaac's back!
I was here just 3 weeks ago. It's not that important.
I mean, that's almost a month.
And that's a substantial fraction of a year.
Isaac started a family!
I mean, close. They're a team, not a family, but I guess closely interrelated.
Someone's got some static. It's Blix.
Oh, is that my fan?
Oh yeah, your fans make
Yeah.
it now.
What about now? Can you hear that?
Yeah, it's intense. It sounds like radio static.
All right, let me. It wasn't picking up earlier.
Yeah, it wasn't. On the walk here, I've been using my halberd as a walking stick, disguising it as like definitely in grip and basically equipped.
Oh,
Okay. What do you
I'll
do?
lead them. I'll lead them to Happy's cottage.
Okay. You make
We make what?
your way to Happy's cottage.
I guess I'll knock on the door. I'm not an animal.
Can I make a perception check to see if anything looks? I wouldn't really know out of place, but damaged or
Go
Is
ahead.
Happy's house
unusual.
taller than the other gnome houses because they have like?
Yes, it is. As a result of Happy's father, who is a tabaxi man.
20.
20.
That's convenient.
So this place is kind of scratched up, and one of the windows in the rear is open.
Crap. Hold on.
What do you mean scratched up? Is there anything out of the ordinary?
That would be an investigation check.
The window in the back is open.
That's correct.
I'm saying that out loud to the team.
Will you point the scratches out too?
Yeah, the scratches as well. Is that normal? I know you're part cat. Did you do that?
Mrs.
I'll
Fiddle.
roll an investigation then, Pog. If it doesn't seem like something that we just naturally do. Oof.
This is not inspiring
Alright.
confidence.
This is nothing.
Yeah.
Don't worry
I'm
about it.
gonna go to
the
that-
the scratches.
Roll my eyes and knock on the door.
This is a
I'm gonna-
prank. Don't worry.
I'm gonna go to that window in the back and look in.
No, you don't go to the window. Don't look in. It's a prank.
I'm gonna go to the
I'll
window in the
knock on
back
the
and look
door.
in.
Okay, make a reflex save.
Who?
You.
Okay, both of us. Skill checks. Dexterity. Oops, that's saves. 7.
You get splashed in the face with water.
All right. I
Yes.
take out my hammer.
I have got you.
Who is saying this to me?
You see, there's a tabaxi man.
Wilder, put that. Stop threatening
All
my
right.
stepdad.
I get my weapon in both hands and I'm aiming it.
Guys, can
Hold
you
on.
please calm
This
down?
is probably Happy's father.
Yes, Wielder, put the hammer down. It's
Alright.
fine. I told you it was a prank.
The hammer away.
You are also told not to go by the window.
I know.
Hal and Wielder.
Just a heads up. Maybe we should listen to the Fey experts within the Fey world.
Mm-hmm.
Because if
All
we
right.
accidentally, don't take their warning seriously and do something really stupid, the consequences could be dire.
Yes, you could have water splashed in your face. Happy, it has been a long time. I saw the portal activate. I knew it was you.
Yeah, hello. It's nice to finally be back here. I know I've been really busy lately.
But you can see the portal activate from here?
Yes, it makes it's a green light. You see it in the sky. It's very obvious.
And how do you activate the portal?
No comment on that.
He looks like he's about to say something, but then he sees Happy like shaking her head, like no, and he gets very wise.
Why would you try to ask that, Wielder?
Because I wanted to see if he would tell me.
Well, I mean, these are the people, keeping track of our prisoners, so...
We don't
Yeah.
want you to know. Why are you trying to find methods to know? You speak of trust, but you're breaking ours.
What are you
Don't-
hiding, though?
This is our time-honored tradition. We're meant to hide the method in which we get here. We aren't supposed to
All
bring
right.
people here anyways.
I don't think absurdity,
All right.
security through obscurity is very good. So someone's always bound to find out.
Yeah. Well, it
This
looks
is-
like he was about to tell me anyways. How secure can that be?
This is
Yeah.
our home.
Yes,
Wait.
you were brought with Happy in them. I thought that you already knew.
All right. I'm trusting that.
No, we needed to talk to the Magpie first.
He could have told Irene.
Is Irene still here?
Irene is out.
Out?
Yes,
Out
she's
where?
out.
Probably at the market, right?
She's out picking flowers.
Does she
How
do
long has
this
she been
often
out?
and come back?
She has not been here very long. I don't I don't know what constitutes often, but she does it every now and then.
Okay.
Thank you for taking care of her. I appreciate it. We came to visit. Well, I did want to introduce you to these people, since I guess accidentally joined the team. This is Wielder, and Cal, and Venari. But Ira isn't here right now.
Ira, I remember that. I remember this. She is the skeleton woman. Yes.
Yeah, that's her.
Yes, I do remember skeleton.
That is a curious way to describe her, given that we all have skeletons
She
inside
is a
ourselves.
wizard. She is a skilled wizard.
Last I remembered, she still had skin.
Skeleton woman. Do you want meat?
Yeah, I would love some meat, Mr. Fizzlebang.
I will prepare meat pie. I'm not allowed to do this when mother is home.
Oh, she's out then?
Yeah, she's also picking flowers.
That's nice. Well, thank you for your hospitality. I know we came here unexpectedly.
I don't know if I said this before, but these meat pies are disgusting if you're not a tabaxi. It's like just a bunch of meat with very little seasoning.
Well, I can just
Jeez.
change. I can just change the anatomy of my taste buds to fit.
That is a crazy thought. You could do some shit with that.
Yeah, that's like the reason why Happy's mom hates it. It's because it's really gross. Like it's just raw meat basically, like barely cooked meat.
How far away is this flower picking?
20 minute walk, 10-minute climb.
The village is surrounded by impenetrable forest. And as we previously established, nobody else knows how to get here.
Impenetrable to you.
Yeah, I don't make a habit of underestimating the enemy.
Just climb on top of tree.
I just have some good times with climbing when I was a kid. I only broke my arm a few times.
It is like unreasonably hard to climb these trees if you don't have a climb speed, by the way. The trees are like constantly moving.
That's when flying comes in handy.
Yeah, flying is by far the better way. That's how like the actual Magpie soldiers get around.
Listen, Mr. Fizzlebang, how has Irene been? It sounds like she's doing a little bit better. She's feeling up to going out and looking for flowers.
She is strange person. I recognize behavior. It is like, have you ever been at sea?
I don't think I ever have, no.
Those who have survived Kraken. She is like that.
Traumatized, you mean?
Yes. But there is a kind of resilience that comes from it, if they can grow past it.
I surely hope so. She seems like she had a strong inner core. She had good ideas.
She is bad cook.
Yeah, I imagine so. She never got taught, did she? Of course, no one can stack up against you, Mr. Fizzlebang.
She burns the meat. Why do you burn the meat?
Oh,
You
that's
just hold it over fire for 2-3 seconds to get taste of fire. That's all you do.
She's a human, Mr. Fizzlebang. They have weak constitutions. They need to cook it thoroughly.
He takes a bite of this meat pie, which is like just like minced meat that's barely cooked.
Like dripping down the side of their face or something.
Yeah,
Oh, why aren't you eating your meat pie?
I am. I'm hungry.
Oh no, I was saying that to Cal.
Okay.
I appreciate the hospitality, but I just ate. I shall take this with me. Indeed, on the drain.
Is the fox here?
I imagine she is, right? We said that we left her with Irene, didn't we? I don't remember where, or did we say that we had her in my apartment?
It was in your apartment, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you didn't want her to eat anything poisonous in your apartment.
Well, she's smart enough not to do that.
She's very smart.
I imagine she's probably in our apartment then.
Okay. So you have this opportunity to just sit and chat with Mr. Fizzlebang, if you so desire.
Happy, have you told your father about the whole light thing?
No, and I'd prefer you don't mention it.
He's in the back cooking up more meat pies, and when I say cooking, I mean just shoving meat into a pie.
What is the pie crust? Is it just a tin?
It's bacon.
The bottom is baked, but the top isn't. Because if he puts the top on and then bakes it, then it
It'll
cooks the
overcook
meat.
Yeah. Well, did you guys want a tour? I mean, you've seen Happy's house. We can't show you the rogue school. That's shrouded in mystery or whatever.
Maybe we should look at Irene's room, wherever she's staying.
She's staying actually in Happy's old room.
Not mine.
We can also meet them halfway or attempt to. We could walk in the direction that they're picking the flowers in, and eventually we'll meet them.
Yeah, why don't we do that? I mean, this is my home. I would like to show it to you at least a little bit.
Sure.
Hey.
I don't want to, assume the worst of her, but I would think picking flowers would be a cover story, but...
As you're walking through the forest here, you make your way out of the clearing where the village is, and you can see that there are gnomes there that kind of wave goodbye to you. They know that you usually don't stay very long, so they're just happy to see you every now and then. Happy.
Feels good, man.
You make your way into the forest in the direction that you were told that the flower field was, and you vaguely have a recollection that there was a flower field here. There are enormous sunflowers, just giant, the size of people even, huge, huge flowers. And when you make your way through them, they shrink towards the middle to the point where there's tiny sunflowers. It's shaped almost like an inverse dome kind of thing. And when you get to the smaller sunflowers, you can see there Irene and Happy's mother are picking flowers.
Irene, Mrs. Fizzlebang, it's good to see you.
Irene looks up, and Happy's mom just runs over and embraces Happy.
Oh, hello. Mother, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a while. Dad's telling me that you're a little adventurer too.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah, Happy's been, we've been keeping her busy lately. I'm sorry for that, Mrs. Fizzlebang.
She looks up at you and she salutes you. Wait, shouldn't I be saluting Happy? Isn't she the higher rank? Whoops.
Oh, you don't have to salute anyone, Mrs. Fizzlebang. We're here as friends.
She's like really poorly doing the Stonewall salute. It sounds like someone told her how to do it like 10 years ago and she's doing it off memory.
Well, how do you like the guest?
She's quiet. I didn't know you had friends like this. I thought all your friends were like sneaky.
Oh, I mean, she just needed help. We found each other, so to speak.
Yeah, we've been making a lot more friends recently. Speaking of Mrs. Fizzlebang, this is Cal and Wielder and Venari. They're some of our new friends.
It's
Hello.
a pleasure.
You're not letting my girl get into any trouble, are you?
Well, she's the leader, so she gets us into trouble.
She looks at you with like this really stern look, and she can't hold it, and she just breaks out laughing.
They wanted
Well-
to come say hi. They haven't had the chance to see Irene yet since all the things that happened to her.
Okay, I'll get out of your hair. I'll bring the flowers home for a flower salad. You know where to find us.
Thank you, Mrs. Fizzlebang. I do love a flower salad.
She looks at you and then realizes that you've been having meat pies, and she gets really upset and just storms off towards the house.
Oh no. Oh no, because Cal didn't eat theirs. They brought it along. Damn it.
Oh no.
Smell it.
Sabotaged.
All right, you've been left alone here with Irene.
Why are you hiding everything from your parents? Shouldn't they know what they're getting into?
I'm not getting into anything. That's the whole point. This place, it's protected. The outside world doesn't touch here, and we prefer it that way.
I mean, that is one naive outlook. We could be dragging it into this mess. In fact, we kind of already have by having her here. And now us here. Two things that normally should never happen, right?
There's been visitors from time to time, and we need to get cookware from somewhere. We're not exactly good at casting iron.
Well, it doesn't look like you have any salt.
Oh, that's just Mr. Fizzlebang. Irene, how have you been these past couple of weeks? I'm sorry that we haven't visited earlier.
I've been fine, I guess. I've been trying to keep to myself.
That must be pretty hard to do with Mr. and Mrs. Fizzlebang around. They're both very energetic.
Pushy, but in a good way, I guess.
Are you well enough to talk about things? Might help too.
I guess.
I'll look around expectantly.
She reaches out her hand, and her scythe appears in it, and she puts it on the ground.
Oh, that must be useful for the flower picking.
Can I pick up any detect magic either from her summoning it or the scythe itself?
Scythe itself is hella magic. She is also magic.
He's back to the blade.
Yeah. What kind of magic off the scythe?
The scythe itself, or
Yeah.
the summoning of the scythe? Okay.
Either
Because
one.
the scythe itself is conjured very simply through conjuration,
Yeah.
but the actual scythe has been bolstered with transmutative magic.
Transmutation.
She sits down in a very refined way, and you see the wind kind of whips through her hair.
I think some of these people wanted to ask you questions, I guess, about like the preacher's operations. You might know that he's stepping things up over in the material plane. And, well, Shade Pool is starting to spread through it, and people are getting ill.
Can we keep the scythe, by the way?
It's
I don't think that's gonna work.
Is possible based off what she just did.
Nula,
Nula?
Nula?
the preacher's name is Nula. He is the
Ooh.
cardinal aspect.
Is N-O-U-L-A?
Nulla.
He is the cardinal aspect.
Is it possible for any of us to recognize that name at all?
No.
We understand what... Well, I'll just ask her. What does cardinal aspect mean?
The one who controls all the other aspects.
Does that
The
mean
one
he can?
who is chosen to determine the nature of humanity, or so he says.
Where did he get that power from?
From Shadepool. It determined he was the strongest, both of will and in power. And so he was given the cardinal aspect.
Does that mean that he controls Cal now?
No, just that aspect.
We were told that the aspects were required to actually defeat him. So does that mean this goes two ways?
She nods.
So one of us has to become the cardinal aspect in order to strike at him.
No, more like you use his control over the aspect in reverse. To assert control over him, maybe? Or to hurt him in some way?
To prevent his connection from Shadepool. Otherwise, it's like fighting 10,000 souls.
Probably a lot more than that.
Garuzik had a plan for eventually coming up and defeating him.
He was your engineer?
She nods. You probably know him better as Fim.
No.
Him.
Oh,
I had my suspicions. Because I went to your workshop, and I found that he was your builder. And I know that Fim dabbles in the artifice.
oh, Fim also wants to destroy the preacher? Why has he been working against us then?
He has no free will, so he says.
Tim said he was in competition with you, and he was glad that you got defeated. This doesn't mesh.
Is
Likely.
Garuzik who he was called before he got the aspect?
He has a few memories that he keeps and treasures. One of them is the name Garuzik. From his time before he was brought back.
Brought back, so he was dead for a while?
Dormant. There
Who
were
brought
a
him
few.
back?
We don't know. Nula
When was he brought back?
brought him back, saying that he was the most complete of all the Warforged that they found.
When was this?
About 3 or 4 years ago?
Has he acted as your
Wielder
engineer
stands
since?
up and starts walking just in place, kind of pacing around.
We know that Wielder is
Well-
that age?
Yeah, I've mentioned it. And I've mentioned that, yes, I was brought back 3 years ago, but I don't know why.
I mean, Wielder, do you think that...
Yeah, I've had my suspicions. I think I was brought back by the preacher or whoever he's working for.
We don't know the full extent of what Nula does. He gives us instructions and we follow.
Wait, Fielder, do you think that's related to seeing Red U in the Crimson?
My other question, does the name... I don't know if I mentioned this to anyone, but... Well, let me look it up really quick. Does the name Garlmir mean anything to you?
I think I've heard it.
Where?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Can I
I've
insight
had
that?
Go ahead.
I'll type it out.
Well,
I'm gonna give
guess
you
I'm
my
gonna believe him.
inspiration. I'm gonna give you my inspiration.
Okay. 19?
Nice.
There is a like she has this almost like freed and liberated sense to her. Like being in the Feywild for this long and being around people who genuinely care about her well-being has sort of softened her. She is being as earnest as she's ever been in her life.
I'll kind of like nod knowingly to Wielder.
You don't remember where? Any idea when you heard the name?
No, it was something Nula said.
How many Warforged were brought back?
There were 7,
7.
only 2 of which were operable, and one of them needed extensive repairs. It was determined to be a failure and cast aside.
Was Capri involved in that?
I don't know.
I imagine it might be like a precursor to their other projects.
It could have been. I wasn't involved in that. Nula's working with some other people.
Irene, can I ask you something kind of out of the blue? Who taught you how to use a gun scythe? Was that the Super Soldier program?
Korakowski.
Oh, thank you.
Who is apparently missing in action.
He was the director of the Super Soldier program.
He's dead now.
No, I don't think he is dead.
I killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, right, we saw you that, right. He was missing, and then we found out why.
Irene, are you happy here? Is there anything you need to continue your experimentation, your work?
When you live in a
I kind
city...
of slightly say to Isaac, I don't think she can continue her work. If she's working on the train, there's no way that Slaypool is going to let her do that.
I mean,
When you say this,
definitely not take it.
the
I'm
the
saying
thing
it
that she
kind of under my breath, or whatever my equivalent of breath is.
Okay, go ahead and roll, I guess, a stealth check on this one then.
I want to overhear this.
Because if you recall, Irene is actually quite perceptive.
Oh, like I didn't direct it, but I
Okay.
kind of imagined it because I'm standing up,
Okay.
and
Okay,
because
fair
I
enough.
stood up once I figured out, I confirmed my suspicion,
Okay.
and so I'm kind of facing away from her, and then, you know, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. You lower your voice just enough that you're like, maybe they hear it, maybe not.
Yeah, I'll give you this. You can just have it.
I can just do it.
You can just do it.
All right.
Willow, nobody in Slaypool knows about that. I mean, they know the big network blew up a little bit, but they don't know who caused it, and nobody died. Well,
They will if I tell them. I'm not gonna let that go back.
So let's say we were to succeed in taking out the preacher and all of his lieutenants. You wouldn't let you're basically ruining all prospects for them.
I wouldn't let her continue her train project.
Why not?
She used her intellect and engineering prowess to design something to destroy the city.
Not of her own free will, though.
Hold on, we don't know that she necessarily designed the bombs.
And not of her own free will. So can we really say it was her?
I
Anyone
did.
who asked me.
Yeah, I'm sure she could probably hear this by now.
I
did.
wasn't hiding what I was saying. I was
Yeah, Happy wasn't either.
Yeah. I don't mind. Like I said, it was that kind of thing. Like, maybe they hear it, maybe they don't.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
You did intend to destroy the city?
He nods.
we were never given a.
We
We
can't
were never
let her
given a.
we can't let her continue building for the city.
Okay, wait. She might just be feeling guilty. Like, Irene, did you have any capability of saying no to not doing this?
She shakes her head. The preacher has all of the aspects, right? Even Jock Rob's.
If you weren't an aspect of the preacher, would you still have concocted this plan and gone through with it?
She shakes her head.
Well, there you go. She's just blaming herself, Wielder.
Irene, you were never given the chance to be your own person, and I at least think you deserve that.
Also, I'm firmly in the belief that the production of, say, an artist could be judged somewhat separately from the artist himself. If her trains could actually function and make a huge difference in the world, then it would be foolish to crush that and possibly delay, progress. God knows how long.
I don't think someone that set off 2 bombs in the city should be allowed to go back to things the way they were without consequence.
I'm sure there should be
Well,
consequences.
that would be what for the courts to decide.
I'm not against consequences, but to take
All right.
away
But
their
that's
ability-
my point. If this goes to the courts, the public's going to know, and there's no way the public's going to support installing her devices as
Then maybe-
transport.
Then
This
maybe
is all
she
theory anyways. It's not like it's functional.
then maybe she shouldn't go to the courts.
I mean, if we were
I mean,
going
we're
to take her to
saying
the
no
courts, why didn't we do it
consequences.
3 weeks ago?
It seems to me
because
that all
she
the
was
actions.
There's obviously
away.
consequences. Did you see how Irene was when we left Shadepool? I mean, I don't want to speak for you, Irene, but it certainly sounds like you've been desperately hurt by this. And by the way,
She
I know we didn't
feels
tell you,
bad. Are you saying that's enough of a legal consequence?
but I don't think anyone was killed by the bombs themselves, Irene. I don't know if anyone told you that. There was a member of the Bronze Gauntlet who was killed by the Harmony Patrol under the command of Fim.
Well, allegedly under the control of Finn.
I think Irene never had a choice on whether or not to get the aspect, and once she had it, she didn't have a choice on what she can do with it. She was pigeonholed into doing these things, and I don't think it's just to punish them for that.
In defense of her character as well, when we fought her, he intentionally was not attacking us to kill.
And one more thing, Vonari, you kind of let something slip past that your character wouldn't. Go ahead and make an insight check on something that was said.
24.
Halfway through the conversation, when discussing whether or not she had a choice, Irene said, Nula has control of all the aspects, including Jock Rob's.
Which,
Right.
Jock Rob, if you recall, can control people's minds.
yeah, I already knew that. I didn't think it did say.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's mind control. Like,
Here's the other thing in terms of she had a weapon all this time. None of us knew she had that weapon, and she never once used it to threaten anyone to attempt to escape and do anything bad. Meanwhile, you guys
You
were here
attacked us
for
with it.
like 5 minutes before you drew a weapon on my dad.
Oh, I didn't draw the weapon. It was already up.
Yeah,
Because
I
it's
just-
already
There was a hammer drawn and brandished after someone explicitly told you not to go through a window where people are
window was
living in.
open. There was damage to the house. I had reason to suspect
I
that
told
Irene ran
you
away.
as such. You asked me if that was something I would understand, and I told you as such that it was a prank.
To be frank, up until this moment, I was not sure whether to trust any member of the Feywild.
Have I done anything to break any of your trust up to
Not
this
right
point?
now.
Peerage
I'm
with
in
an
a new
assassin.
place. I have reason to be suspicious. Or cautious, not suspicious.
we
I
already
don't
know
think
Wielder
so.
didn't like leaving the city to begin with when we
I
went
don't
to
think-
the university.
I don't think it's cautious to go through someone else's window on their private property.
Well,
That is
DeBerry was just
trespass.
going around back to look through it.
Holding a prisoner we haven't seen in 3 weeks, I had a right to be cautious.
That is-
Irene,
You made the choice to turn this into a prison cell as well as your
I
own.
did not make this choice.
It's not a
Yeah,
prison
none
cell.
of us
It's
did.
my home.
I
Is this
adapted.
why you drew a bow on me before Callus? Because you don't trust the Fae?
Hey, don't turn this into a race thing.
Irene
First,
looks
I didn't
at
trust
Calcavir.
you. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have the aspect now?
I untie the sleeve around my wrist and I pull it up.
I remember you were the one that took me out originally.
I nod gently. Now it holds the form of Fortress's Fury.
Clarification question: does both your tattoos there shown? 'Cause they were like intertwined, or is the other one gone now?
Oh, it looks different than you saw it previously. Now it's just the blue part. But when I first showed it to you, it used to have the other tattoo. Now it's no longer intertwined.
That was just the original pact that was made, and the pact was not renewed.
Yeah, did we see that original fact tattoo?
Yeah.
You saw it. Well, you didn't see the pack tattoo. You saw it intertwined, and then now you're seeing something that's different, but you didn't see it by itself.
Speaking of that, Irene, the man who transformed the aspect into Fortress Fury or whatever it's called, do you know who that was? He was in the Azure. I didn't get a good look at him.
He is the prisoner. That's all I know. I saw him once, and he asked me what my aspect was. And the other me took over and said it was rage.
Speaking of the Azure, and I take out the Heart of Azure. Do you know what this is? We got this when we defeated you.
This was something that Nula was given. Nula determined it was useless and gave it to me.
Given to by who?
The person that he works with, I don't know. He doesn't work alone. There's others.
Others like him? Others above him?
Others that tell him what he wants to hear.
Do you know who the progenitors are?
She shakes her head.
Oh, and do you want your toy train back? I take out the train. I show it to her. It's like, do you want this?
Is that safe to do?
She looks at it, and there's like this extremely wistful and very sad look. It is no longer mine.
Then I'll keep it, and I'll keep it safe.
Do you happen to know anything about you being split apart into multiple, where like your hope is a completely different being? I know that sounds crazy, but
Ain said it would help me cope better.
Ain did that, huh?
The other aspects, Ain and Garzik and Jakrub, do you think they can be rescued like you, or do you think they should be rescued?
I don't know.
Well, you worked with Fim before. He was, well, Fim. And what was he like then?
Fim is always scheming. He's always planning something, and he's always 4 steps ahead.
Is that what Garzik was like too?
I don't know. Garzik was before my time.
Did
So
Fim have
you've only
any
ever
like
known him as
particular
Fim.
places he liked hanging out, or places he frequented?
He has a workshop in Stocks.
And where?
In Stocks.
Stocks, where is that? I ask as me. Stocks? We've never been there.
I've been there. I defused a bomb there, and then I ran away.
Do you know where in Stocks? Have you ever been there?
If you have, do you have a map on you by any chance?
I still have the map of the bombs, probably. Or no, I left it with those guys. Damn it.
I mean, what did I find in Irene's workshop? Wasn't that a map?
Do you still have that?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, well, if you
it's
have it,
paper, I'd still
Yeah,
have
I
it
just
on
had
me.
check marks on it, not the like bombs, right?
hey, well, if you have it, she's going to mark it right here.
All right.
Jarzik's workshop.
Cool. That's a gold mine.
Yes, mines. That's a good idea.
I think some of them are better than others. I don't think Jock Rob and Fim are good people, but
What can you tell
Tvar,
us about Ein?
Tvar is good. Ein is...
Lavar?
She nods.
Are you?
Ein... Yes, that's Jock Rob. Ein is strange.
What about the fifth aspect? We never learned their name.
That would be Fim, the fifth aspect.
Was Jakrub, Fim, you, Ein, and the preacher? Isn't there one more?
Nula, Ein, Tvar, Thuryu. Then, of course, myself. And she bows.
What was that third one you
What?
said? Og, can you type that out?
I thought you were third.
I haven't heard Twar before
You've
either.
never heard that one. Okay.
So Twar and 3U as well?
Ryu is Jakrub. We suspected that but never confirmed it.
Oh, that's
We've-
right. Yeah.
We are numbered. Based off how compatible we were with the cardinal aspect.
Irene, what was your experience,
Okay.
your personal memory, your life, your moments inside of Slaypool? Were you able to freely explore it? Were you able to
Hold
walk
on.
around and see it?
I'm sorry, Cal. Before we get to that, numbered. Your names are all numbers, right?
Yes.
I just thought I was wondering about that. Ein. So Ein was 1. Nula, null, 0, right?
She nods.
So Jakrub is his real name then, because that's not his number.
3U.
Yes.
3 would be 3 then?
Third, or so fourth. It starts at 0. With the preacher being
Whatever.
0.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What's Twar's real name? And Ein's? Do you know their real names?
She shakes her head.
What's
And then-
Fim?
What's
Oh,
the
Ein equals...
what's 2 in this naming scheme?
What is the
Fire.
Fey fascination with true names?
Names have a lot of
Names-
power.
Often
Fim is
literally
the
here in
fifth.
Feywild.
Fim literally means 5, everyone.
Is
So
one...
Eireen's 4 then?
Correct.
So Fim
What-
is
what's
the
her-
least compatible?
She
Yeah.
nods.
Makes sense.
It
He-
makes sense. He doesn't have a will of his own, so he can't impart his own will.
Well, debatable.
He said so himself.
Yeah, but he's also a biased person in that matter.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, I'm sorry, Cal. Please continue.
Warbo. Irene, were you able to experience Shade Pool? Were you able to walk around? Was it part of your life? Do you remember anything about being there? Or was it somewhere that you simply retreated to unconsciously?
Shadepool belonged to the other me, so I did not experience it.
Were you able to form any memory of it? Could you call on the memories of your other self?
She nods, but then pauses for a bit.
Like winces or anything?
Yeah. The other me was the person that I had to be. The other me was Führer. Nothing else.
Oh, right.
So there were only 2 parts of yourself, and there was nothing else split off from you, not your hope.
No, there was a third that Ein said would be better served without me.
You know certainly that it was only 3 parts. Was there anything else left of you within the shade pool?
No, just those 3.
Interesting. Irene, there was something that I saw inside of the Azure and that no one else could see. And once I left the Azure, there was this thing, and I was wondering if it was somehow connected to you or your experience. And then I described the thing that it actually was instead of the thing that it looked like on the screen.
Okay. She just kind of stares blankly, like this is completely new to her.
Interesting.
And
graciously.
to this end, I will give you and you alone an intelligence check with a DC of 15.
I have +0 to that.
Ooh.
25
Roll that
percent
15.
chance. Let's go.
Quick
Oh
fix.
Oh my
no!
god.
You are getting like a vague recollection of what's going on, and as you're thinking about what this fight actually entailed, you're really close to thinking that you get it, but you just don't. It's so close.
I missed
I wonder if
exactly
it
what
has
Cal
to
was doing.
I relate that it like feels like there's something in me that almost gets what I'm trying to explain to them in place of what Irene understands, but that I don't quite get it.
Are there 2 Cals now? I don't think so, right?
No, that was something only I had.
How did they make you into 2 people?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Ein.
Oh, I can do that. Oh no.
Can you do that?
You know where Ein is?
You know he's in he houses out of the Ivory District, but that's about all, right?
Yeah, I know that's where Isaac's penthouse is.
I mean, that's where my
Do you
family
know
is too.
Ein?
No, I don't know Ein.
Insight check.
Yeah. Hard insight check on that one.
Wait, do you guys know that Isaac's penthouse is there? I thought he kept it like a secret where he lived.
15 and a 27.
I don't know if they know or not. Where my penthouse is.
I don't think they know. No.
I just want to know, like, are you hiding something about knowing Ein?
But
I'm
then
mostly confused about why you think I would know. There's a lot of people in the Ivory
You
District,
just
and
have
I
the most
mostly just kill people.
suspicious pause ever.
well,
I feel like
no,
you've invited 1 or 2 of us over, and or that I would be able to figure it out since I've been looking at.
I mean, I don't care where
expensive
your
places for a while.
penthouse is. I just it
was
sounded
anyone
like you knew
invited
something
to
about
his
Ein,
penthouse?
but then denied it.
You guys
Yeah, but
trolling me?
Isaac's penthouse being in Ivory District was secondary to the initial suspicion.
Oh, I guess I should roll deception to see what you guys get. Let me.
Well, if you're actually lying, if you're not lying, you just say
Yeah.
it's truthful.
Persuasion?
Am I being trolled?
Yeah, I'm confused.
What are you
I
confused
actually
about?
don't even. Well, how did the insight even happen if you guys didn't know he lived in the Ivory District?
Because he said something that's made it sound like he knows.
What did he
Ein.
say though? What did he say though?
I feel like I'm getting trolled.
In response
Yeah.
to something he said,
No.
I would know that.
What? I don't remember that, but I might have just missed it. I just don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on right now. Let's move right along. This is nonsense.
So, okay, so then he doesn't know Ein. That was just a weird. He just said something weird.
Yeah, of course he doesn't know
Okay.
Ein.
Okay,
Guys.
that's all we
Yeah.
wanted to know was.
I don't know why that's so confusing. Why would ask that? I mean, we've got
I would be very
backstories.
surprised if both of us just randomly jumped to that if he didn't say something.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why don't you just
we
ask?
both individually picked up on something, so something
Well-
was said.
I thought that out of character, Isaac's player was considering taking the aspect of Ein, and so would have a more intimate conversation with Ein or something like that.
Hey, it is what it is. All right.
Because
I
you
just
said
feel
you
like
could
I'm getting
talk with
trolled.
Ein, and I was just like, what?
Let's move on from the trolling.
That's not trolling. That's legit.
Not trolling.
You said you could talk with Ein, and I wanted to know how.
if I said that, I was probably talking about something else. There's maybe two conversations going on at once.
Okay, that's fine.
Wow.
All
What
right.
were we talking about?
You were talking about how they managed to split Irene, and it was something that Ain did. Ain. Either is fine. It's just
Oh,
different
yeah.
pronunciations.
Yeah, I was just like horrified. Like I can split people in half. Like what the fuck? I should write that down. I just want.
Is that her aspect power? She can split people in half? That's holy shit. Oh my goodness.
Do
I make a
you
meaningful glance at my halberd, and that can split.
want to meet your hope? We haven't given her a name yet. We're waiting to see if she wants to come up with one herself.
I think I want to stay here.
We can bring her to visit if you'd like.
Irene doesn't know what to say about this, but then shakes her head.
Maybe, hopefully, one day we can bring Garazik to visit. I don't know what he's going to be like when we remove the aspect from him.
Hopefully,
Dead.
my hope never gets to see what I turned into.
I think your hope would be happy to see that you're healing and becoming a more whole person, Irene.
Irene goes back to absent-mindedly picking flowers.
Well, I think we should go after Garazik next. I mean, if he's the fifth most powerful, then it would make sense as kind of a gentle progression.
We also know where his workshop is, and we're most familiar with his abilities. And
I
he's
think if we just
smart.
If we just go talk to him at his workshop, he'd probably want to attack us immediately.
I've got some plans for that workshop. I mean,
Well, we barely managed to beat Irene, and we completely ambushed her. So
I think we could help
We're a little
with
bit stronger.
a stealthy search into her. I mean, Happy's pretty sneaky. I can make her invisible for an hour, and you can help her be dexterous for an hour. As I point to to Venari. Forgot your name for a second.
I mean, we still have the week. So as soon as I heard that Stocks is where Fim is based out of, I was thinking of just making the camo for that. Because I think we're going after Fim, right?
I would like to.
It would make sense.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's also probably the easiest, apparently, according to the.
And I think
cardinality.
he's got answers I'm looking for.
Well, to be clear here, the cardinality is not just like a sorting algorithm of strongest to weakest.
No.
It's two factors: how strong you are and how strong your convictions are. And if you recall, Fim doesn't believe in anything.
Right.
Exactly.
So he might be
He's got no
stronger
will
physically.
of his own.
I mean, he's still going to be a tough person, but just by his cunning, right? Remember when we first ran into him, how he's able to deal with us?
That's
and,
why.
figure out-
That's why I want to try a stealth approach first.
I just
I'd
don't
like to
think
get
we're
you
going to
to-
get to Jock Rob. Like he's literally being protected by the church right now.
Yeah, Jockrub's probably actually harder, maybe even harder than Nine.
I mean,
Wielder, remember this: the most important thing about being an assassin and killing people like we do is that you have to know who you're killing. And inside each of these people, I know you hate Fim, but there's someone trapped within him that
We don't have to.
complicit.
We don't have to kill Fim. It's preferable, and probably we should hope that we do what we did with Irene to Fim. But I think it should be on the table if Fim's about to kill one of us that we could kill
Fim
him.
has to die just as Fjorgir did, but I'm not sure if
Garosik has to.
yeah. I'm not sure that
That's a good
doesn't
way to
even
put it.
make.
I wonder about that because we were brought back for a purpose. He was chosen for what he is. He was always who he is as he appears.
Well, he was
There's no
chosen
tragic
for his
backstory to
moldability,
lean
I
on
think.
to. There's no. He was. I don't fully understand the process of how we were brought back, or what the hell I am. Where did this soul come from? I don't understand that. But what I understand is that they were brought back and he was chosen because of the traits he shows. There's no tragic backstory to him. There's no deep, troubled, but innocent thing inside of him. He was chosen because there is none of that.
Well,
yeah.
we can determine that, but I don't think we have enough information to kill a man based off that.
We have way more information on him than any of the others.
Yeah.
He'll be able to
I have
live.
information on him.
It's okay. In either case,
Why are we deciding not to punish people who are doing these terrible things? Why are we deciding to jump to giving them second chances?
because they do not have free will. So can we really say it was them doing it or the preacher using them as a weapon?
Because we
There's
are
more
not
than
the
one
judge,
person in
jury, and
that body.
executioner.
We killed Fiorir. We didn't kill Irene. There's more than one person in these bodies, Wielder.
Wielder, if someone has a perspective that another is irredeemable and they need to be cursed to some doom for an interminate period, for perhaps the rest of their life, or perhaps no life at all, do you think that that's ever a justifiable position?
That sounds like the Conclave.
I'm saying they still need to be punished. I don't want to go into this as a position of we are their saviors. That they are a troubled soul. They are people that have still done terrible things.
Well, I disagree. I think they are a troubled soul. If they cannot choose what they do and their hand is forced into doing this, they're an automaton.
The
They're
judgment is something that the preacher affords everyone except for his own lieutenants.
They're no
Shouldn't we
different.
extend that courtesy back to them?
They're no different from the RoboCops. They act because they are told to.
The Robocops are constructs. They have no free will. They are not irredeemable because what they do is what they are.
As we've established with Irene, she had no free will either. And if she did have a free will, she would have acted differently. She was forced into acting a specific way. And I suspect that's the same for all of the aspects.
Wielder, I recognize that your mind is expansive and that you have access to many facts, but no one is perfect, especially yourself. Perhaps you should withhold your judgment until you know more about such a person.
Wielder, can you at least agree
I'm just saying
now
with the
that...
sample size of one, we're drawing conclusions that I don't think we should right now.
Can you at least say now, Wielder, that Irene, as she is, she's a person by herself and she doesn't deserve to just be executed?
Wielder,
Hopefully
you seem
Irene's
like the
not
one most eager to pass judgment.
But I'm saying that there's no way that this is going without consequence. I don't see why that's even a question.
Well,
That itself seems like a judgment.
There are
There is-
consequences to every action you take, whether you eat breakfast or not.
there's a consequence to these actions, and it's that the preacher will be taken care of. It doesn't necessarily mean that we go through and destroy these bodies that he's used. Like, the souls in them did not make these decisions.
All I'm saying is we have a sample size of one person who has a tragic backstory,
Well, that person
and we
explicitly...
can't expend that to everyone else. Irene herself
I'm
even
saying that we
said
should
she believes
judge.
that Ein and Jakrub are bad people.
Once we
Fim
we
and
free-
Jakrub are who she said were bad
Fim.
people.
Bad people
Finn,
can
I meant
still
to say
do good
Finn.
things as long as they're guided appropriately.
Well, I'm open to putting them in. I'm open to
Just
putting
because you
them
have
through
good
trial.
intentions or a
I'm-
potential to do good
Li-
doesn't
like-
mean your past actions are
All-
forgiven
all I-
automatically.
All I've said is we should try to do what we did with Irene to them and then arrest them, I guess. Because, yeah, I'm fine with that.
judge then, we don't know anything about
Yeah,
Garzik.
of course. Yeah, we go after them and then we judge them based on what they've done.
Well,
When the same
they've done.
don't apply the Irene template to all 5 of them.
Neither should you apply Fim's actions to Garzik.
I mean, killing them also doesn't wipe away what they did in the past.
Oh, I'm again not
Are
saying
we
kill.
the gods judging who is
I'm not
right and
saying
wrong?
kill, I'm
Are we
saying
the preacher?
Irene has gotten an amazing treatment from us, having despite being.
Irene didn't do any of those things. That was Fiorir. Fiorir is dead. We killed them.
I don't necessarily think being put in the bronze gauntlet in a prison cell for a day, more or less, and then being brought to a completely foreign plane from the one that you grew up in, to just sort of live in a random mushroom house. I don't think that's very much. I don't think
He
they
walks
definitely
around
are.
freely. She goes to pick flowers.
There's
Right.
something wrong with that?
You guys having this conversation, and I assume walking back to the town
Yeah, I guess we wouldn't want Irene to hear this. Yeah.
By this point, you would make it close enough to the village that your conversation could be heard by people there.
Oh.
Let's talk about this later.
We could just go again. We could just go after Fim and decide what we do with him.
Yeah. All I'm saying is we can't just assume that these are all tragic people who need to be saved. That's all I'm saying here.
That's fine. They're all individuals. Can be treated individually.
Exactly.
Let's have a nice time with Mr. and Mrs. Fizzlebang, and
I thought we were
catch up
leaving.
with them.
Do we have time for
I wanna
vacations
leave.
like this?
Yeah,
I-
I want to get out of here.
Yeah. Isaac. Isaac. Can you show them the way back? I am going to go and see the Magpie.
Okay. Make sure to catch up with your parents as well, right? Are you okay? Happy?
If I have time, sure. Don't worry. Good luck. Godspeed.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that later.
Face speed, rather.
And Happy, you should really think about telling your parents what they're in for.
Yes. I think. Well, I mean, the village is pretty safe. It's under the supervision of the Magpie.
All the more reason that there's no reason to hide it from them.
Talk
Alright.
that shit, Minari. Talk that shit.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna lead you to the portals. Eyes closed again when you get there, please.
All right, well, we
And
determined
don't go
that
near the
she's here,
trees.
she's safe, she's recovering, and she does not appear to be an ongoing threat, so we can focus on other things. Mission accomplished. And she gave us valuable information, which we wouldn't have got had she just been eliminated.
Just get it.
On our return from the Feywild, I'm gonna clap Isaac on the shoulder and be like, once again, you've solved the riddle.
I'm not sure what that means, but thank you.
Well, there was a time when you had to do something that other party members didn't prefer, and once again, you've proven yourself correct.
Well, it worked out.
Suppose. I mean, this isn't nearly as bad as, shooting a friend of mine, but I
don't
just
know.
hope that
Releasing
we
a
can-
mass murderer into something resembling freedom might have some more severe consequences.
maybe.
Maybe you made the right judgment call, maybe we got lucky, maybe it's both. Who knows, but I'm glad it worked out. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to try and use our best judgment as much as possible, and we need to get a little lucky.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
The rest of you
is
make.
Happy left yet?
Yeah, Happy's left.
We-
The rest of you make your way out. You are similarly blindfolded and go through the portal. Once it's activated, you are then free to see as you see fit, and you are led out into the material plane. Otherwhere,
Does it really try and
I'm
like
gonna
add something
in afterwards.
to like block vision so that doesn't happen?
I'm not too great at the magic yet, but I'll get back to you on that. I'm gonna head back in. I need to talk to Happy.
okay. Happy, you would make it to the Magpie well before Isaac gets to you.
All right. I'm going to start opening my pack, and I'm going to take out the Javelin of Lightning. I'm going to throw that in inside
What?
the Magpie's pile of junk. Let's see what else. I have this this blue book of dispelling Azure barriers. I don't know if I was able to bring that out of the
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'll throw that in there too.
Hopefully we don't need that again.
Yeah, I
I
was
mean,
like, oh
we-
man, I would have loved that.
We know the method, and if we ever need it again, we could probably just get it back from here. I highly doubt anyone's going to take this book. This might be actually a safe storage place, if anything.
I would have loved that book.
Okay, we'll throw the Javelin of Lightning in there too. I got to remove this from inventory so I don't forget. Okay, and
Okay.
then what else? The skeleton robes, like the robes that those cultists were wearing
Mhm.
from the Three Bridges. I'm going to throw that in there.
Okay.
I have some spell capsules. I could probably just keep those. They aren't worth throwing out. Ring of warding bond. I should keep that. 2 onyxes.
Are those from the statue?
Yeah. Should I just be giving? Should I just be throwing that away? Is it considered purified now? I probably should have asked my shards on the way here.
I assume there's valuable gems we would sell.
You can. I think at this point, your shards have been given all the information that they're going to.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave the shards up to you from now on out.
Okay.
Unless I otherwise say.
So there's nothing else I need to do with these onyxes? Like, in theory, I could sell them if I wanted to or whatever?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to throw these in the Magpie thing.
The Magpie is just like staring at you as you're reaching through and putting all these objects to the offering table.
What else?
Are they on a perch nearby?
I'm going to give the wand a count. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, they're on a huge perch. And the Magpie, by the way, is absolutely massive. Like, think fully grown dragon, but a bird. They're so massive that they make completely different sounds than regular magpies do, which I have made sort of sound like a caw sound just because I can't do this. My voice is not deep enough. And the Magpie sees you offer all these things. Are you finished?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Caw! You have brought me a lot, Happy Fizzelbang.
Yes, anything for the Magpie.
Caw! And yet, I notice that your allegiance has shifted to another.
Yes. Part of this, I guess I could say, is guilt.
Caw! 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 It flaps its wings dramatically, which causes your hair to just go flying backwards, and it's like hard to stand up. These objects get picked up by this gust, and like magic, they like turn around in midair and fly into the huge pile of magic stuff. The Magpie turns to face you after observing the stuff in its pile. You have always been one of my greatest thieves. But I sense that you are no longer my thief.
Temporarily, I am a champion of a specific thing I cannot speak of, although you may surmise. We've had discussions on this earlier. But it's temporary. I have a mission to do, and once it's done, I'll be worshipping you, my Magpie.
The Magpie flaps one of its wings, sending like hundreds of feathers flying, and the feathers coalesce into one person. It looks like an Aarakocra the size of you. And it puts its hand on your shoulder. You are relieved of duty, Happy Fizzelbang. Should you wish to come back to my employ, I will take you with open arms. But you have done so much good for me that I must do this good for you.
Thank you. I'm sorry that I'm helping forces that may be your downfall in the future, but it's for the I think the greater good. I'm gonna hug the Aarakocra.
The Magpie hugs you back as well.
Feels good, man.
Though I will not be asking tributes of you, you are always free to enter the Featherstep portals.
Thank you very much. That'll make things easier for me. Can I ask that you pay a particularly closer attention to my village? There is a person of interest there that may cause invaders to come.
The avatar of the Magpie nods. Your will be done.
Thank you. That is all I ask of you. Thank you very much. I shall be back in the far future. But I'm gonna take the trek back down.
With this, you have exercised piety, and I think this is 10 piety for you, is it not?
Let's see, 9, 10.
Congratulations.
Oh shit.
The light shards have evolved. Instead of just completely basic shards of light, you can see ornate hilts begin to form. At the pommels, you see little cat heads have been created.
Ooh.
These are now proper daggers, made entirely out of light.
Feels good, man.
They are now functionally +1 daggers and have the additional features that you are very well aware of, and I will get to programming them soon, I swear.
Like like them coming back if I throw them or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. All the
Sick.
stats.
Just get it.
+1 returning daggers.
Does she run into Isaac as she's leaving the Magpie?
Yep.
Oh, Happy, I'm good to see you. I wanted to talk to you. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, I have a minute. What's the matter?
I mean, I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks, Happy. I don't understand why you didn't tell me. I mean, when I found Elise, I told you everything. I told you everything I was learning about her. And to find out that you kept all this light stuff a secret from me when you found religion?
The Fae, it kind of found me. It chose me as a champion. I don't have much choice in the matter, and I think, well, I guess I could just not do its whim or its will, but I believe it's the right thing to do. And the Fae, the reason I haven't told you, sorry, is the Fae don't take a liking to the living light. Like, Happy's gonna look around and make sure no one's eavesdropping when she says this.
Happy, you're as good as my sister. I'll support you no matter what you do. I don't understand why you... And what you said today, you called your parents' house a random mushroom hut, I think you called it.
Well,
You're changing, Happy. I don't understand.
In the perspective of Irene, yes, it's a random mushroom hut.
Don't you don't visit your parents anymore? You don't come back to the Feywilds?
I have a mission.
What is that mission, Happy? Does that mission include that you can't have a family anymore?
The mission means I have one goal, and one goal needs to purify Shade Pool and get rid of the preacher as a result.
So this light is subsuming you? Are you becoming this living light? This is the only thing you care about now?
Oh, once the mission is done, I'll be back worshipping the Magpie, and all will be good. But this mission is for the greater good. It must be done.
Happy, you can't just abandon everything that makes you you and expect everything to be good 10 years later. I've tried that. It doesn't work out, Happy.
Well, this might not be a 10-year-long mission.
Happy, I don't even know what to say to you. Please go visit your parents. Talk to them for a while. Be yourself for a while. I guess I'm gonna head back to my home and think about this.
Okay. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, I miss you, Happy.
Well, I'm right here.
He'll just shake his head and leave.
All right. Happy is just gonna go straight back to Slate Pool.
Oh my god.
I love it.
I expected to be really angry doing that. I can't be angry. It's just so sad.
It's okay. It's only temporary, man. Yeah, no, it's pretty horrible, I guess. I mean, she is a shitty little rogue. It is what it is. And a tabaxi, which doesn't help.
This is so in character for like what your dad is like. I'm just like blown away by it. Like, that's exactly what Happy's dad is like. He'll just fuck off for a year and then come back like nothing's changed.
Yeah, I noticed that. So I was like, I gotta channel that. So tabaxi are like in general, right? So
yeah.
You nailed the tabaxi gnome combination extremely well. Not gonna lie.
It's really
I imagine
good.
Isaac's like really upset.
It is what it is.
it is what it
You
is.
just appear like this lifeless shell.
I guess I would have dumped you guys wherever you wanted to be, so I guess you can be wherever.
We're about to start downtime, right? Like the
Yeah.
fourth week.
Keep in mind this is -1 day, so just bear that in mind.
Cool. I will quickly get water in that case. Then I'll be right back.
It's happy
This is a
come
good-
back. You come back to Slaypool in that week, right?
I'm gonna come in the same day. I think. I don't think the Magpie's that far. I'd be back in Slaypool.
Okay.
By nighttime. I think we should have a break here, and then we'll finish this.
All right.
Sick.
I just want to say I'd wait at that building, waiting for Happy to come out.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back.
All right. 10-minute break. 5-minute.
Yeah, 5 minute.
All right. That's all I need.
Fuck. I don't know how to react to that at all.
I wanted to give applause for that whole fucking conversation.
Fuck me. Alright, I gotta take a break and just like do something else for a moment so I can process that. I'll be right back.
I've long suspected that the Breacher was the one that revived Wielder.
Interesting. Yeah. I think you might have mentioned it once, but it's like I never gave it any further thought at all. I didn't think about it.
I think the first time I mentioned it to you was after we met Finn for the first time. I just said that he mentioned that he was brought back, and then I mentioned, oh, I was also brought back, but without it drawing any connection between the two.
Yeah. And neither of you knew what the source was.
And I'm pretty sure my name was Garlmir. I'm like 80% sure about that. That name came to me in the same vision I had when I saw the Crimson for the first time. Or no, not the vision, because we all had the vision. It's that the words Garlmir and the Crimson came to me.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And the number, the names being number, I'd suspected for a while. Just because Ein is German for one. That's really all I was going off of. And then, 3U kind of sounds like three.
I just thought Finn was a fucking good ass name. Like,
I don't know. Pog, are you here? Nah.
no.
I think these are, like, they must all be different languages.
So disappointed and happy.
Well, out of character, I know why she's not telling her parents anything now.
Because the Fae don't like living light for some reason. I still don't know very much about living light.
That's confusing to me because I thought the
thought it
living
was
light
Fae.
was
Yeah.
Fae nature. Because that's when we first saw it. The living light is what powered the bathtub that led to the Feywild.
Where we killed a major Fae figure.
Well, that's irrelevant to this point.
Well, unless the living light wants to destroy the Feywild, in which case it would have powered it.
It had been there way before us. It was just into the Feywild. It not there. It wasn't there in response to us going to kill something. It was used as smuggling and stuff.
But if it has precognition, it could have opened that portal knowing it would eventually lead to that.
Yeah. So I think we can safely rule that out.
It was used in fucking Rebellion. The Rat King.
Yeah. I was sure because light, you kind of associate light and that kind of thing. Like, sprites and will-o-wisps, those kind of things. I want to check out Finn's workshop.
I'll have one of us go with you so that we can stealth and report to you.
No. What my plan is.
We're going
is
anywhere
get
we
Happy
think
to
he might
do
be.
it.
We should all go together.
Yeah, we all go together, but we stay back a bit, and we buff up Happy as best we can. Invisibility, enhanceability, and get her to go, and still keeping a distance, because we don't have PC invisibility.
You can
But
steal
yeah.
things from 3 feet away now, which is neat.
So yeah, we'd be somewhere off, but not too far away.
My break is over.
But yeah, give her advantage on dex checks and invisibility. I think. Did she have expertise in stealth?
Probably. I don't know.
A rogue without expertise in stealth.
I didn't have expertise in stealth.
You also didn't have poison.
Yeah.
You were a swashbuckler.
Yeah, you're
More
more than
than
a pirate
a-
than rogue.
Well, rogues are warriors. They can be. It also
can be,
depends
yeah.
on your character. I mean, your character matters way more than your class.
We're saying like the stereotypical rogue would be stealthy and sleight of hand.
Yeah. I'd never want to play a stereotypical rogue.
I think Happy and I are playing stereotypical rogues. I mean, we have a lot of the skills. We definitely have a lot more going on than just,
Happy's
like,
definitely
the
playing the
other
thief archetype well, you know, because if you want to compare Happy to any Lord of the Rings character, Bilbo fits. And Bilbo was a thief. That's where thief. That's
Yeah.
the thief archetype is Bilbo.
I'm always surprised in what she has, like, just laying around. It's like she goes to the Magpie and just starts pulling shit out. It's like, what the fuck?
It's like, oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I wish I had that. I've
But of
spent
course the
3
thief would
weeks
have
doing research on the Azure and Crimson and Shade Pool, and Happy has this book about it. It's like, oh, wow, I really wish I had that instead of having to figure this all out myself.
Yeah, I'll build character.
I think you mean making a, or rather that the book is belonging to the Magpie.
Yeah. Yeah, the Magpie owns it now.
Yeah. It's Magpie's book. Okay,
Maybe it always was Magpie's book.
so just to kind of briefly go over some things, some stuff that's happened here. The further packs that you can take with this demon would involve becoming a warlock. I don't know if you want to do that, but it is an option now in the lore available. If you want
Triple class.
if you want a triple class, you never know. I think
warlock without charisma is. I don't know if it's worth it.
A warlock
That's
without
charisma.
charisma, a ranger without
How-
wisdom.
Cal has charisma.
Not a lot.
I could become a warlock.
She's
A lot of things default to +1 from the warlock class, and since I have a +1 bonus, it's the same as having like 8 charisma. Not in all cases, but
It's a
Yeah,
very
so
DC.
it's like
which
it
is
really
very
doesn't.
you'd be like uniformly mad. You'd need like all attributes the same amount.
I would need intelligence.
Yeah, if you ever want to become like a fiend warlock,
You can play absurd.
it'd be
Absurd is a character that multi-classes every
Mhm.
level.
you can't get.
I
We're
love-
not
I love his
level
backstory.
15,
To be
guys.
fair, a 1 to 2 dip into warlock is good, even without charisma. But
Bad for your soul. You'll be killing people with magic. Don't do it, Kyle.
Killing people with others' magic.
Level
Not your
13,
magic.
by the way. It's level 13 to be absurd, but
But Absurd was 14. I remember this because they were playing in a 14th level multi-class.
yeah,
In
I
a
think
14th level
he was
one-shot.
doing like Blood Hunter as well.
I think he took 2 levels in one class, but I know that the character was 14th level. I just watched the video like a couple weeks ago, and I remember him saying like, it's not every day someone gets to play a 14th level character.
That's
It's
true.
like, ha,
It
my
does
first
take a long time to get
campaign
there.
went to 20.
I feel like Calamity is not like the average first campaign
I know.
experience.
I was like, yeah, my first 5th edition campaign went for 2 years and went to level 20. Isn't that what everyone does? Isn't that everyone's experience? What?
Hell
No,
no.
you had 3 sessions and then the party broke up?
Pog, is
Is no one
Happy a
came?
doomed?
Huh?
Is Happy a doomed? Is she gonna die to the end? In the end?
how are you ever supposed to know that?
I'm asking Pog.
I mean, how would he
I
know?
don't know.
May
I
like
believe they're a thief.
It's not impossible. I just don't see how this follows.
I feel like being subsumed by this light stuff. Why did I actually?
What was I?
It's getting your calling in life.
The vision I had of me carrying stuff, everyone didn't see that, but all of other players heard that, right?
Yeah, the players heard that.
Okay. I thought so. I just wasn't sure.
Wow. Does anyone have any short ideas for stuff they'd like to do in downtime? And I want to specify short because I want to get to the action.
I did too.
I just want to know how well my trainees are going on.
Well, that's very quick. The trainees by the end of this period are getting there and they're good.
Oh.
Okay. I have 6 days. I worked 3 days in the conclave. Protection job is Angie.
Mhm.
Which that might be like a scene because I'm bodyguarding like Fate, aren't I? And then
I don't think Fate needs you as a bodyguard.
that's what I got hired for. And then I have to look the other 3 days. I have to look into the Elisis and Sprawl who trapped Xenos, so I can do it every other day.
Okay. So I don't think it would actually be with Fate per se. It would just be with high-ranking members of the conclave.
Okay. Ooh, I can maybe learn the identity the other Episcopatad was.
The Episcopatus.
I was like, what the fuck are you trying to say?
I kind of bungled that one here, Chief. But yeah, you can learn the identity of the other Episcopatus.
Ooh, it's already paying off.
Yeah, you get to know this publicly available information.
Nice.
Her name is Drier.
Drier. Okay, 1 second. Let me write that down.
Why does Fate have the only name that sounds fake? Like she gave it to herself out of some arrogance.
That's like a nickname that she goes by the way. Drier.
Kind of like
her real
Lear
name
or something.
Her real name is like a lot longer, so she insists that people call her Drier. Out of all of the Episcopatuses, Drier is by far the least formal and considered even more eccentric than Silas is. She is a paladin who likes to jump off very tall things to make entrances. And
That's awesome.
she is as informal as it gets.
Is Elizabeth still a Episcopal?
She's been dead.
Okay, just making sure.
Been.
I don't know if she like extended her life or something.
Did she get beatified or anything? Beatified? Did she get made into a miracle when she died? I don't know what the word for it is in Bustan.
Sanctified? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, where someone's like, "Oh, this person was."
I know what you mean. I don't know what the word is either. I think it's sanctified.
It's beatified. I don't know how to pronounce it though. It's Beatif.
Yeah. No, that's not a thing in the conclave. But I know what you're talking about. No, that's not the case. But people do speak of Lisbeth in good terms.
Okay. So the 2 things I would like to do is investigate while I'm there in the conclave, try to gather information. Like anything that's not publicly available, and then the other thing is the investigation on the Elisis in the Sprawl.
What sorts of things are you looking for in the conclave?
Anything that might help us that isn't
Okay.
publicly known.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
Are you floating this plan with the rest of the party?
No.
I did tell you that I was going to.
And she's been like telling you about this like low key, but the individual stuff is being handled independently here. What you're able to find with the 22 investigation looking around is that they eventually will have Driel, or by her proper name, Asriel Serm Haliste.
Whoa, I'm going to need you to spell that at some point.
Asriel Serm Haliste?
Yeah.
Do you see why people call her Driel now?
Yeah. I thought it was
It's a pretty cool name.
Where Drier is like the short form, but as it's Asriel Serum, so Driel and then the R from Serum, so Drier. It's sort of sound like Brer, you know that guy. You remember Brer? He's the Pegacorn.
Oh, I love him. So what about her? Did I just learn her name and that was it?
No, what you learned is that she is going to be coming, but as usual, she is running late because she is doing something that no one asked for. You are able to learn that Drier has this sort of mentality of very much like a sort of like a storybook hero. And as a paladin, she feels like, and as a episcopatess, she feels like she has to be better than the average person, morally speaking. And as such, will just go out of her way to help random people for free, which pisses off a lot of the conclave who charge for these things. So she doesn't have exactly like the best reputation amongst the more corrupt conclavists.
Ooh, that could be a wedge. Like we could talk to her and maybe get her on our side. That's
If she ever shows
exciting.
up.
Okay, just to keep it moving, how about the investigation of the sprawl? Do I make any progress towards that?
Follow-up investigation check.
Please be good. 20.
No, but you do find something a little bit interesting here, which is that the mafia families are now working together.
And that is that related to the Elisis?
No, you're just kind of looking around in the sprawl for information. You're trying to find this hitman, and you are able to find out that the mafia families are now working together. It's very much like the beginning of the Warriors, like someone has united them.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely convey all this information to the team and say maybe we could drive a wedge by convincing Trier to help us or something.
I'm pretty sure
we
we
have to prove
remembered,
good agreement.
or someone already mentioned that the Mafia were working together now.
But now you know for sure that it's
Right.
happening. The streets are saying it. It's not like some rich guy on Wikipedia writing on like the Bloods and Crips.
Okay. Other than that, I keep doing night school with Kiara, and I believe I become a trickster at the end of the week.
You have enough that you are able to respec successfully.
Hooray!
All right.
Hey,
Cal,
listen to mine.
demon jar stuff from downtime. What does this mean?
Oh, I just thought that they were investigating stuff about the conclave, and so I was like, I thought that I would have the same conversation I had with Wielder and Nari, where I was like, hey, there's something about the Sky Pope and demons and their consorting. Do you know anything about that? And then they would go off and do their investigation.
Angie would not be high up enough to get there, both literally and figuratively.
Cool. That makes sense.
Angie would basically just be going around helping the conclavists settle into areas that they're kind of like pretty explicitly gentrifying by putting up these conclavist churches here.
I'll just call her Dryer. That's easy.
Dryer. Okay. Asriel Serum Haliste. It's ASDRIELSEREMXHALISTE. Asriel Serum Haliste.
Timestamp 1 hour and 48 minutes in the VOD.
The idea of like putting timestamps in the VOD only for that name and nothing else.
Well, if you wanted to go back in here, give him spell it.
That's her first name, by the way.
Oh my gosh, that's not even her full name.
Her last name is Seeker.
Oh, okay, that's much easier.
There's a bunch of silent letters in it.
Doesn't all the letters are spelled?
Oh, is this like Mount Olympus? Is it like a mountain floating over us, or it's like a floating castle, or is it like Orlando?
So there is like a platform, basically. Like there's a magical platform upon which there's like a gently sloping hill, and then there's this huge cathedral with a giant bell.
Okay. Conclave floating thing. Enormous cathedral with bell.
And Orlando would have been cooler.
And Orlando would have been cooler, but then we would have been sued by From Software.
Fair.
For legal reasons, we must say that this chapel looks nothing like Anne Orlando. And there are no scenarios where you have to like climb up steps while people are shooting lances at you that knock you off the steps. That will not happen.
Unless.
Okay, does anyone else have anything they'd like to do?
Yeah. I'm gonna head over to the sprawl. First, I'm gonna go to Irene's workshop and just see if I can see any signs of someone having been there since the last time I was there, like the door that I arcane locked being broken or anything.
Nope.
All right. Second, I want to go to where that disease outbreak was. And I want to. I don't think it's actually a disease. So I want to go in there with. Are there like guards or posts preventing people from going in?
Oh yeah, there's so many, and actually they've been bolstered now by like conclavist people next to the very sort of high tech and angular geometric white and black appearance of the Harmony Patrol. You also see standing next to them are people in like these flowing robes that have varying weapons based off their deity of choice. You see the Malenkists with their traditional and textbook scythes. You see like various other religions as well. Like, of course, we've got to have some Themaran. Shout out to Themara with these great swords.
Oh. Robes and a great sword. That's cool.
It's pretty cool. And it seems like about 40 people on patrol. You have people that are standing in front of like all the entrances. It's been sealed off with scaffolding, which has just been reinforced here. You have like the Harmony Patrolmen and the Conclavists are by the entrances, but they're also like wandering around just in case.
All right, I'll go up to one of the posts and say, I'm here under the authority of the Stone Wall.
Conclave help you? They bow and they step to the side to allow you in.
All right, I go in.
You thought it was going to be difficult.
Yeah. I'm a knight now.
Well, not officially.
You're a knight in a few days. Capcree is letting you know about this. Inside, you are in hell. All of the colors seem to be drained from the area to the point where everything is faded out, and there's like this black mist subsiding over everything. You see people are like wandering around in the streets, and they have like holes inside of them that are covered with just this black pulsating material, like open sores.
Oh, okay. Do I feel that sense of dread?
It is ever present here.
Okay.
You see a person crawls up to you, and they look up. Help!
Okay. Okay. I do have an idea. Just let me look at my notes. Or I can ask you, what was the interaction between the white powder and the black? It just turned gray?
Yes.
And the gray had a feeling of despair, but white gives a feeling of relief, just when applied to a person, when someone touches it.
Okay.
I'll go to the side a bit. I'll get some oil, some just like oil that I've generated with the alchemy jug, which I don't think it's necessary. It's like vegetable oil or something, I think. And I'll mix in some powderized white to kind of create like a lotion or a salve. And on that person who came up to me, I'll try applying some of it to one of their wounds.
Begins to smoke and clear up. They're left with now just an open wound in their body, but natural. Their pain seems to have subsided significantly.
Right. I need to get more of that white. I only took a single brick. So the people guarding it were all conclavists.
Conclavists and Harmony Patrol.
And conclavists, is anyone from the conclave going to be at the ceremony where we get promoted?
Fate will.
Anyone fate will. Okay. I'll spend some time here realizing that I think my motivations for this would be more of advancing the Stonewall's status rather than purely just helping people. That's a bonus. I'll spend some time here helping as many people as I can with what I've got. Take notes, record some data, and then at the end of the day, I would leave.
All right, this is very much a medicine check, but I'll let you do medicine intelligence.
Okay. I have proficiency in that. Medicine, no, but I have +4 int. Ooh, that sucks.
I'm going to give you my inspiration.
All right, thank you.
Thing.
18.
You're able to cure a substantial amount of the people inside there, and some of the conclavists see this, and they pay mind to it.
All right.
You are not able to cure this district, but you are able to ease the pain of a lot of the people inside it.
Okay, I've got my notes. I've made observations, follow-ups on, like, does it cure wounds afterwards, then close those open sores and stuff like that. And I've begun to put together a good idea for a cure. All right. And I guess I'll spend the next of the week putting it up into a more formal report that I could give to someone.
Very nice.
Oh, have Capri fucking mass produce it.
Yeah.
So, then we have Happy. I believe you are just trying to create camo for stocks.
Yeah, so just a roll, right?
Are you
What was
going to
that?
use better quality materials this time or not?
Better quality materials? How does one go about using better quality materials?
You're to use better quality materials, you'll have to put some gold down. I'd say like 50 gold.
Let's see. Did we end up buying that thing? We're not buying the sending stone, right? Anyways, until we get our gold. Everyone? Because I remember that was a thing. Because I only have 60 gold. If I spend this, I won't be able to buy the standing stone until we get our 1,500 gold.
I mean, you already couldn't afford it, so...
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Alright, I'm going to drop 50 on better materials.
46 instead then. 46 plus relevant stat.
Alright. In this case, would it be dex or int? Dex, I guess, right?
Dex, and then any proficiency you have that's relevant.
46 plus dex plus any proficiency. Okay.
I didn't think she had any last time.
No, I didn't. I don't. So it's just that.
Not bad.
You make the suit successfully. It's pretty nice. It's high quality. Nothing really to say about it.
Alright.
Are you carrying all these around? Or are you just storing them and taking them out when you need them?
I just edit when anything that's stowed, like for example the other one I stowed, I just edit it and write stowed. And then get
Yeah, I do the same thing for things stored in the church.
Exactly. You just override the weight, right?
Yep. And put in the notes where it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello. So first thing I want to observe, I think that I have rested inspiration still, but
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was going to take a day off this week to rest, but I was kind of wondering if I could, not for any purpose, but just for character stuff, do rested stuff by spending the day going to boring noble parties. Anyway, I guess that doesn't really matter. So the two things that I intended to do were continue to help with the destruction around Slaypool, the bomb detonations and their effects, but less emphasis on the tunnels under Arendelle or the area of Arendelle, and more on the stuff off of the shoreline, like anything that I can do to repair the ecosystem, whatever that would look like. And I imagine that might look like I go to the church of Niagara?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And be like, hey, is there anything that I can do to help with the waters off of the coast of Alancia?
Well, as it turns out, there's been a lot of material that has come up from sealing this tunnel, debris and such. We would like it removed.
Construction debris that is washed up off the coast, or that is stuck at the bottom of the ocean?
Mostly like around the coastline, so of Sordis and here, where there was previously a line, it's been destroyed. And so, like, there are some things that have washed up here. You see?
I understand. Thank you for your guidance, priest. Is there a concerted relief effort at the moment?
It is working. There's basically like the stuff that's come up are really heavy support beams that were used in the tunnel and such. So the stuff that does wash ashore is fairly heavy, but it's messing up the shorelines quite a bit.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think that's the sort of thing that I want to do. I can also use my piety spell to purify like 1 gallon of water. I don't think that really helps.
The water needs purifying per se.
Right. But I will help pick up stuff around, probably off of the shore of Alansha, more than Sordy's Meadows. I think it's pretty much just gnomes that live there, and I don't really care about gnomes.
Wow.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check for just moving this heavy material.
Actually, Sora's Meadows is mostly halflings and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I
It's
think it was.
halflings, gnomes, some goblins, just all the small people. They wanted a place that was better built for small size. Okay, you are able to do a sufficient job. You are keeping up with everyone. You're going a little bit above and beyond, but not enough to really stand out above the crowd, per se. Just enough that you're able to make some presence of yourself known, and you are able to clean out a fair amount of the debris that's come out from this here. The shoreline is notably less cluttered. So some of it is like too heavy to move, so you're using axes to break it up into smaller things, that sort of thing.
Nice. The other thing that I was considering doing, because I wasn't able to learn anything about the conclave one way or the other, but I think my character is inclined to do it, is to go back to Seraph and sign the contract.
You would need to prepare that in advance, so I think you could set this up for later, but
Okay.
you do need to arrange for this to be done.
Right. Okay. I'll start getting in contact with the guy.
All right.
And that's what I do.
Very nice. Jazz, you should now find that you have a light shard. I finished it just in time for the no combat that's going to happen.
Sick, thanks.
No, I promise you guys, no combat.
Look, you're allowed to give us combat. It's okay.
Fine, you're not going to run into a fight or anything. Don't worry about it.
Okay, we won't worry. We'll prepare all the non-combat spells.
Exactly. Just prepare non-combat spells, things for social interactions. It is the day of the ceremony. Who's excited?
Yeah.
Woo!
Polishing
by the way,
my armor.
I would
all
ask.
shiny.
I have not chosen any spells that deal damage. Do I gain any piety from that, or no?
Gain 1 piety. That seems reasonable.
Hooray!
Yeah. Did Wielder want to have a conversation or something? Did that happen?
Oh no, I changed my mind on that. It's because
Okay,
it's something we can talk about later.
Let's get it.
I'm not going to be promoted at the ceremony, but I'll go to it. I'll wear like my nice heavy fur coat and cool myself down because I don't have anything nice. I forgot to go to Wielder to get clothes.
Cool.
I guess I get my suits. I'll take a suit. I'll actually do up the buttons this time.
Easy, I only have one outfit. I always look the same.
I got more than one suit. I'm a professional.
What sort of preparations are you guys making for this? How are you going about doing it, etc., etc.?
We're gonna make sure we're on time this time, right?
Yes.
Do we want to like scout ahead in case like because last time we did something like this, we got jumped by the mob, right? So do you want someone like scouting ahead in stealth or something to see?
Yeah, I can do that.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Easkeet, as the boys say. Yeah, I'll scout Pog. Do I see anything? I have +0 perception.
Go ahead and make a perception check then.
18. Yes, good roll.
You notice nothing. So are you guys going basically to the shoreline here and then going to meet up with Saga? Like, what's your plan?
What's the formality
I'd
of
assume
this?
we'd just meet at the stone wall first.
Okay.
And if Saga's going to be there, he can come with us.
You're going to need someone there because you need to get to the bottom of the ocean somehow.
Oh, it's not holding up for
Well-
Crown?
You're going to the USSR.
I'd be fine, and I've got a potion of water breathing.
We're going to Russia?
So that's 2 people.
I'm so proud of you all graduating from being pawns. For so long. And you look so good dressed up in your little suits and stuff.
I'm always going to use the pawn badge.
My tunic pants are clearly free of any of the stains that were on them.
No
Above and
stain.
beyond.
But my armor is all polished and shiny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing my religious robes. Nothing is different.
I'm gonna make sure my Stonewall uniform's in like perfect mint condition. No wrinkles, nothing.
I'll have my holy amulet hanging from my neck, and it glows like a torch.
Shield on the back, hammer at the side.
Shield on
I
my
think
back.
I think that Cal would rent a decorative breastplate sort of thing, and like a silly cape. I mean, to them it seems like a very fancy cape, but probably to people who didn't grow up there, it probably looks like a very silly cape.
I just
Okay.
realized I could walk around with no weapons on my side, no like sheaths or anything. That's pretty wild.
That's what I do all the time. It's awesome.
Feels good, man.
You meet up with Saga and Sovereign, who are there. They have like a number of potions prepared for breathing.
We're gonna swim.
We're not going to swim, but you do need to be able to breathe down there. What we do is we got like these dolphins, and we ride on their backs, and they take us right down there.
So we're gonna get wet.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You guys can cast prestidigitation, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Wait, what?
You guys just slacking?
You can prestidigitation.
I've been taking night school.
Well, that is a great progress. You can cast a cantrip. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
That sounded sarcastic, but it was genuine.
Is night school how you become a knight?
Is there some sort of beef here? We can
I can also
wait.
do this, and then I cast a spell, and nothing seems to happen, and then can I roll sleight of hands on Venari? I have the invisible mage hand. I'm pickpocketing Venari.
You could try. I will probably notice. This is an opposed check, right?
Yeah.
I
Sleight of hand
have to
versus
actually read
perception.
the feature again. 17. I did very poorly.
I might roll
I
like
don't think
shit.
that beats her passive.
You're trying to
No.
steal
Alright,
something from my
you're
pouch.
not your wallet invisibly lifting out of your pocket. It's like, see, I can do that. It's very cool, isn't it? I put it back and just kind of pat their pocket.
I was going to telekinetically take it back. Feel like I can do that too.
I probably shouldn't use inspiration for your joke.
Coward. So, are all of you ready? Have you been down here before?
Nope.
All right. I will let you know that it is fairly stuffy, and we will be in a different part of this place. We won't be with you directly, but we will be watching from above.
Sounds good. Who's going to be there, though?
Well, we will have a number of people watching. You won't be able to see us. We will be in an area further up from everyone except the sea royalty. There are 4 platforms. The third platform is the one where those of us in the 10 houses watch from, and it's built into the wall. The second platform is for people of high standing, and the third platform is for the sea royalty, the one where they watch over and oversee this.
Well, you'll be able to hear everything, of course.
Of course.
I left my notes at the workshop knowing that I'm going underwater.
Okay.
I guess,
There are
yeah.
people-
We're
Witness
in
scrolls
Stonewall.
behind
We
you.
can just stay. We can just stow stuff here.
No, I mean, we knew we were going to go to the underwater royalty, so I would have left my notes in my workshop.
Yeah, you absolutely would have known that you were going
Yeah, I mean,
underwear.
we did know. I'm not retroactively saying, I knew this. I knew that we were going there.
Cool.
If there's anything someone wants to carry but could get and they're worried about it getting wet, I could probably clear some space and put it in the Justice Jostin's pouch. Like the book or the notes. Just heads up. But yeah.
I think I'm good. I think that was the only thing.
I don't think I need to take the ticket to the kids' concert. I think I can stay in the church.
Candles weigh 0, so they can fit in there.
It's true, but I literally have no reason to carry it around anymore. It can be
Oh, I
in the
should-
sentimental drawer.
I hand Happy 20 candles.
Oh, those
Okay.
look like high quality stuff.
You just carry around 20 candles?
How much does the candle weigh?
Okay,
0. Candles
Okay,
weigh 0.
enough.
I'll take them.
It's really not on board.
If this is
Stop.
canon, I'll take them though.
We're
Okay.
stalling.
Stop. Enough.
If we never go in, we never get attacked.
Yeah, everyone, I've had enough of this. The joke has gone too far. You have a regular trip there. You have a lot of fun. You actually, what happens is you are being held by dolphins here. Like there's a number of dolphins, and there's a platform that you all kind of grab onto. It's sort of like almost like a circus ride, kind of like you grab onto the sides and then they pull it.
There's
And
any
that's
chance of falling off.
As long as you hold on, no.
Holding on difficult.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Who are you right now, Isaac?
I am brown hair, brown eyes, human, male, medium height. I'm attempting to look like a member of Inari's congregation, though I don't think I've ever seen any of them. So I'm just looking like
Well, you're
someone
not
who
wearing
could be.
religious garbs, so
Yeah, I'm looking like someone who could live in the same place as Inari.
All right.
Your,
Out
your,
from the
your
shrub?
congregation
Okay.
doesn't always. They wear like their stuff on Sunday, but when they're not going to mass, I'm assume they wear normal clothes.
well, yes, but the Church of Alex is very much making a show of this, given the conclave's threats.
I'm just like I'm not like a parishioner. I'm not like you're one of your priests. I'm just like, hey, I go to church there sometimes. I should go visit this.
I don't think random people are coming, so
You can come. You would just be off to the side here. So you would actually be in a different area than everyone else is. And
I'll stay with Saga, and then if anyone asks, I just won't tell them anything.
you would
Like,
be
I don't have to-
taken.
I don't have to
no.
give people this story.
If you
Oh.
go with Saga, they would like turn you and then take you to go to like the standard viewing area.
Does Saga come with me?
No.
Okay, I guess I'll go there then, and then I guess I have a good vantage point if anyone in the viewing area
Okay.
wants to murder Pinori.
Well, you do have a good vantage point. You also are sitting next to a person that you've seen before.
Oh.
Who does not recognize you, as you can probably imagine. But in the viewing area ahead of time before everyone else is Regimuнд Alexander.
Regimuнд, he's that Duke guy, isn't he?
Yep. So you are sitting across from Fate, Celis, Briere, and Adriel. Adriel Saram Haliste.
So I'm in the viewing area, and then in the center is like the ceremony, and then across from me is the conclave people.
Yep. Here, I'll switch you to this map, which I've actually kind of done ahead of time here. So you guys aren't quite all there yet.
Okay.
Well, this is how things are set up. So over here, you have the Sea Royalty who are overseeing this. And then across in the seating area, you can see that Fate, who is reusing a token that we've seen before, but I assure you is a different person, is the second tallest person in the room before Wielder shows up, Regimuнд being the tallest.
Oh, that's how you spell it.
Spell what? Astriel Saram Haliste? I thought it was obvious. I even told you how it was spelled.
Yeah. I'll kind of like pat the seat and say, the seat taken, sir?
He moves over to the side a little bit.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Calvin. I'm here to support my priestess, Venari. I don't know her very well, but she
And
always gives the good
Alexis as
sermons.
well.
Yeah,
Good.
she gives the good sermons. So I thought I'd come and support her.
I am a Sandrist. It's
Oh.
good to have allies. Have you
Yes, of
ever
course.
killed a man before?
Oh, sorry, sir. I don't think I. What do you?
He
Bluff check.
looks down at the ground and he looks at you. When it comes down to it, if we need to fight, I will jump down there and defend Vonari, and I expect you to do the same.
I don't think we need to expect a fight, sir. I mean, obviously, I would help my friends, but
Good. And then the conversation ends.
sir, do you think something's going to happen?
The conversation has ended.
Oh my goodness! What a jerk! Well, is Sandris another non-conclave god?
Yes, it is the same religion, just different sects. Basically,
right. Sandra is the reincarnation of Alex to him.
Correct.
The most
Okay,
progressive, yeah.
You hear two very loud gavels are banged, which signifies that it is time for you to come in.
Ooh, marching order. This is totally important.
What is the marching order, everyone?
I think we just stand 4 in a row.
Yeah, we could do that. That sounds cool as hell.
Are you going like
were we
side
told,
by
instructed what to do?
Yeah, what were we told to do?
You've all been given this before. You heard it with Ira, and it is the same thing as it was before. It's the same general speech that you're told, and you should all remember it now.
So I think that Happy is getting a different rank than us, so they should stand on one end. And then maybe we arrange by height after that, like shortest to tallest.
Okay.
Because I feel like the Little Forged is going to be way taller than Happy and going to make it look weird on that side.
You have Cal, you have Venari, and then all of a sudden, like 5 feet taller, you have Wielder.
Sorry. I had the order mixed up. The lore is destroyed. I put Liam Mars. Oh no! Now he's upside down. This is the worst ever.
No.
When Venari comes out, I wave furiously.
Okay.
Venari, you have a fan.
Are we able to see like the people in the stands?
Yeah, you can
Because-
see up because they're basically on the second story, and then the fourth story, towering above everyone else, are these 3 thrones that are on raised platforms, even above the platform. You can also see there are holes in the wall, like all along here, from which you can see there are members of the 3 houses. You see there's a giant statue made entirely of gold staring at you with long flowing hair. You see Saga and Sovereign. You see a few other people. There seems to be like a Kenku wearing black robes.
It's just
Have I
weird
got
that
my-
the peasants get better seats than. I thought it would have been reversed. That's all.
Is my
No.
gun concealed?
Um,
I know I didn't stow anything.
If you were trying to conceal it, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. Also, the reason why it is like this is the member of the 10 houses are only to be watching. They are not to be involved in the ceremony.
I see.
Good. 22 and
22. You are not noticed. You are able to hide this away.
all right, cool.
It's a DC 20, by the way.
That previous scene would not have made much sense if I had a gun on me the whole time.
Yes. So you are escorted in there, and Jovnos, who is the leading member of the Triumvirate here, the Royal Council that oversees all of the USSR and all of Slaypool, he steps forward. You guys are in marching order side by side, is that correct?
I guess so,
believe-
yeah.
Yeah, if we're
And
you
we'll
know, if we're
assume
just
we'll, like,
standing
call
there,
some
we'd all
forward
be
if
side
they
by
want.
side.
Like this?
Someone said
Yeah.
order of height or something. Yeah, that's just get it.
Members of the Stone Wall, bow.
I
All
bow.
right. Yeah.
I
About.
bow you.
Yeah. With flourish.
Those in the stands, we are gathered here to understand the ascendance of the Rising and to handle a matter of budget concern brought forward by the Honorable Rook Saga and the Honorable King Sovereign. Happy Fizelbang, step forth. Repeat after me. I swear to the city of Slaypool and her monarchs on land and sea.
I swear to the city of Slaypool and its monarch, sun, land, or sea.
On my name, Happy Fizelbang, to uphold the values of Esmela.
On my name, Happy Fizelbang, to uphold the honors of Ismaila? Is that what it was?
The values.
The values of Ismaila.
To stand for the poor and downtrodden and protect the liberty and integrity of every one of her citizens.
To stand up for the poor and downtrodden and protect the liberty of every one of its citizens.
Liberty and integrity, Happy Fizelbang.
Liberty and integrity, Happy of its citizens.
Happy's just like panicking. I will not bend. I will not break.
I will not bend, I will not break.
And as long as I draw breath, the citizens will not fear.
And as long as I draw breath, the citizens will not fear.
I swear that I will not allow evil and hostile forces to breach the city.
I swear that I will not allow evil and hostile forces to breach the city.
I swear that I will protect the weak.
I swear that I will protect the weak.
And as long as I stand, I swear to the court and those that have gathered that I am the stone wall.
And as long as I stand, I will. I promise to the court and all of its people that I am Stonewall.
You've absolutely fucked this up. But Jovnos is... Leo Morris is like gripping the edge of his seats, like he's furious. Luterarian's trying not to laugh, and Jovnos is just like looking at you like, what the hell are you doing leading this group? Nonetheless, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a scepter, and as he does, you see the image of a bishop appears out of gold. It's this illusory thing, and it casts down upon you, and you are given this cloak of shimmering gold and blue, which displays your name, Happy Fizelbang, and then it has above it Captain of the Rising, written, inscribed into what appears to be a bishop chess piece.
Damn. That looks cool as hell.
Member of one of our special teams, you will be given ascended permission throughout. We have discussed this as part of our council and have determined that you will be given the key to the city.
To the city? Like all the shops and stuff?
Jovnos nods. This is, of course, ceremonial. It does not open every lock. Instead, all guards will be instructed to assist in your investigation.
Even Harmony Patrol?
Patrol are third-party contractors. They do not follow our laws.
Okay.
They don't follow the laws.
I mean, they
Well,
follow the law.
They follow the laws. They don't follow their laws. Like, they're not beholden to the same restrictions that the guards are.
Like you said, he doesn't command them. Capca commands them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna put the cloak on over my cloak of Elvenkind, and then I'm gonna walk back, I guess, or bow, and then walk back.
You know, 2 chains, Happy's 2 cloaks.
You pop the collars.
Yep.
So we have done this before. I'm not going to ask all 3 of you to recite the same oath, as it takes quite a while to do this. As I'm
I just
finding
want to
swear
note
to the
Wielder
city of
says it
Sleeper.
perfectly. I just want to note Wielder would say it perfectly.
Yeah, I was intentionally like messing it up.
Yeah, yeah.
The rest of you are promoted. Wielder does it perfectly, and you get nods from Leo Morris, who like visibly reclines and is calmed down.
Calcivir, before they go through the swearing, they open up by saying something like, House Adrestar at your service, my liege.
They nod as if to respect the power of House Adrestar. Lutrerin steps forward. Is for the discussion of your budget increase. It has been brought to our attention that you have made significant progress in defeating the criminal referred to as the Preacher. Given the difficulty of this task and the many that have perished in the attempt, the council has elected to give you a raise. But, as requested by Saga, 2,000 gold. We cannot allow this.
Oh, shit.
You will instead be given 1,600 gold to make it 2,000.
Okay.
Does that include me, Pog?
No, you're not part of the group.
Yeah, but they have the space for a contractor, right? Was Saga like fighting for that budget?
You didn't show up. Should have showed up.
Lol.
Oh,
That-
that's unfortunate.
And you can't get both. You can't get both.
I assume Saga was good at his job.
You can't
Guess
get
not.
both.
You gotta follow procedures.
Part of the team.
Lutrerin steps to the side, and Leo Morris steps forward. On a personal note, I have watched many of you grow into the roles that you have. Shame, then, that we don't have Ira with you. She had great potential, and I looked forward to seeing her growth and the rest of yours. Vonari was a friend of mine, and I admit that I am biased in this regard, so I have abstained from all council meetings. Understand that this means both of these were approved unequivocally, with 2 of the triumvirate supporting. You have the respect of our council, Rising. I hope that you continue to bring us good tidings. And so the three of them walk off.
Wait, so can I get paid as Angie? Like, Angie wasn't promoted because she's not part of the Stonewall.
Yeah, you left. Angie left.
Right, but she still owed the money, right? Or is this like future money?
No, like you weren't part of it. Like you can't have it both ways here. In this case, the cost of choosing not to be part of the group officially and then showing up as a random person and then having the contractor that did the work disappear and then quit is that you don't get paid.
Okay.
You got the initial 400.
Because Saga can only do so much here. You're not officially on the books.
It is
Right,
interesting
but
that they're not on the books.
Angie's on the books as having done the thing that they're getting paid for now.
And also on the books is quitting. Asdriel Sarum Haliste hops off.
And this is one of the Episcopatuses, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Fate grabs everyone else and teleports down as well to see all of you.
Oh boy.
Not looking forward to this at all.
So you are the ones that have been taking down the what are they called again? Fate lieutenants.
Aspects, actually.
Aspects. Oh, I have not heard this term. And she runs up towards you. She is tall, not quite as tall as Fate, but tall nonetheless. She reaches out a hand. Pleasure to meet you. I am. Well, people call me Drier.
Let's shake their hand. A pleasure. If you ever want, to work together, our doors are always open.
Do you want to do this? Cal, it's up to you. You've got the option. Driel steps aside, and you can see now at this point, Briere, whose name is spelled incorrectly here. What am I doing?
Briar.
Briar.
Espaconic kiss.
So Briere and Asriel Sarum Haliste kind of are pushing Silas into this corner. And Fate steps forward. What do you do, everyone?
I'm following Venari's lead on this.
I give them a formal bow from my experience as a
I take a
priest
knee.
of Niare.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
I am Sky Pope Fate, at your service.
Oh, well, nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure as well. I've been hearing things about you from some of our Templars. Tell me, where is the one known as Isaac?
Oh, Isaac. Well, he doesn't do a lot of work with us. I know him as a good friend of mine.
I see. She's walking. She has this strange gait because her limbs are so long. And she's just walking back and forth and looking over all of you. Interesting. Calcivir Makita. How is the family doing?
Certain events have arisen lately, which trouble certain individuals.
I
But
imagine.
overall, the blessings of Niare are upon us.
It has been a while since I have been to visit the Outer Stars. And Fate
Your
looks
absence
up,
has been noted.
and she looks up at Isaac as Congregate Calvin here. And you are a worshipper?
I'll gesture to them, speak up.
You're muted, by the way.
Oh, sorry. I'll be like, yeah, Miss Sky Pope, I'm here to support my priestess Venari. She's pretty cool, isn't she?
She is a heretic.
Well, I disagree about that. I think she's cool.
You would disagree with the Sky Pope on matters of religion?
Yes. I mean, if you're wrong.
To be fair, working with heretics can be beneficial. After all, the Church of Alex has, and always will, work to support Slaypool, and without prejudice, we accept everybody. And, you know, this ceremony itself is evidence of some of that work. At no point have we ever turned against the Conclave or made ourselves an enemy, so trying to make us out as one is sinuous at best.
Wielder, if I recall, I have heard reports that you have been working on curing the disease.
Yes. I've done some research into it, and I think I found an avenue for a cure.
Wonderful. And who can forget Happy Fizzelbang?
Yes, at your service, Bishop of Stonewall.
She gets, like, uncomfortably close to your face.
Well,
Tell me, what is that magical sense that I have of you?
probably Feywild energy.
It feels something more substantive than just Feywild, does it not?
I don't know. What are you feeling?
Does the name Living Light mean anything to you?
Why, yes, it does.
Then you wouldn't mind showing me the light shards you have?
May I ask why you want to see them?
I'm curious.
These aren't matters of the material plane. Is it necessary you see them?
I suppose I have no power here.
You are under no obligation to.
I'd rather not brandish weapons so openly in front of someone of your stature.
Oh, you are wonderful, Happy Fizzelbang. Truly magnificent.
I mean, I get the impression that your cohorts are very trigger happy.
Silas is, but he is just a boy. You know, I took him in when he was young, and I raised him like my very own. My child is gone from me now. He's all I have. And I understand that he has been discourteous towards you.
Well, to my friends, yes.
I would like to apologize on behalf of the Conclave.
Is what he says true about the Conclave's goal? To eradicate all non-conclavist religion?
Of course, that has always been our goal.
Through what means?
Well, everyone has their own. Drier thinks that people will naturally come to support us. Sorry, that is Adriel Sermaliste. You probably are not familiar with that nickname.
I see. Are you of that opinion?
I prefer to keep my cards close to my chest.
I think
And
it would
that is
be...
as much as saying no.
Yeah. I
Are
would...
you sure?
We're free to presume. Unless you want to enlighten us and correct our assumption.
Presume what you will. You could not, in 1,000 years, even begin to damage the power of the Conclave.
I mean, that is in no way our goal, so...
You can spit on our legacy all you like. In the end, we are the barrier preventing this world from chaos, and we will continue to do as we see fit. But I do apologize for the way Silas acted. It was discourteous. Please continue to take down the remaining aspects.
We will
The
try.
Preach is a marked enemy of ours.
When she was taken aback when Venari was saying that, I'm assuming that means no. When she said, like, keep my cards close to my heart, can I roll an insight on that?
Go ahead.
Alright.
Amazing.
Horrible. Alright.
Well then, I shall be taking my leave along with the rest of us, but there is no greater gift in this world than information.
I look forward to meeting you again, Fate of the Conclave.
Before I leave, I will bestow upon you my gift.
To Mirror Lancers.
Well, to the Rising.
Right?
And Celis is like, are you sure you should be? And then Fate just immediately like puts a hand up to stop him. To Wielder. If you investigate deeper, I am sure you will be able to find the name Geralmir. To Kalsavir Makikta, the answer to your curse can be found within the walls of Slaypool. To Vonari Kovath, please investigate deeper. There is a prisoner that seeks your help. To Happy Fizelbang, you will never steal what is your destiny. And finally, to the man in the bleachers, your mother says hello. And the four of them hold hands and they teleport out.
I bet
Talking
that
to
prisoner is
you.
the guy in the Azure.
Was she talking to you, Mr. Duke? I mean,
I grab Wielder and I ask, where are the walls?
Walls?
The walls of Slaypool. Where are the walls?
No, it's figurative. She means within the city.
You don't... Maybe... You don't know that?
I mean, she might not know anything either. She might just be dragging us
Oh,
along.
ye of little faith.
I have very strong faith, actually.
A wink at Venari.
Okay. So,
Well, we have work to do.
yeah.
Let's discuss things at the stone wall.
I think that's a bit of a confirmation that they're definitely watching us.
And looking into us. Not that I exactly am very secretive.
Hog, a lot of the important people, like the people running the ceremony and Fate and stuff like that, they've all left the room entirely, right? Are there still people in the bleachers?
The only
On
people would be this guy here, Regimund, and Congregate Kelvin, who you know is Isaac.
Oh, it's a regiment. Okay, that makes sense. I am connected.
I wave at Regimund.
He looks at you with disdain at this casual gesture.
was
So-
was the Sky Pope talking to you, Mr. Duke?
I don't know. He just looked up. I don't think it might be mine. I haven't seen my mother in so long. I've already paid my taxes to her.
Yeah, my mom died a few years ago, so I don't know. Maybe you should write her a letter.
He is like visibly shaken. I think this is the first time Regimund has ever appeared scared.
Feels bad, man.
He quietly goes out the back and motions for you to follow.
For me?
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
Okay.
unless you want to hop down like Astriel Sarum Haliste.
He's
No.
holding the door for
I'll
you.
go with this Duke boy.
Okay.
Make the Stonewall salute at Calvin as they leave.
Sovereign enters the room. I don't have like a great Sovereign token. Saga as well. And the two of them just look at you like, what the hell?
So, the only time I've ever said that name was when we were talking to Irene. So either she's watching there, or she knows of a connection to him. And that I was searching for him.
Is reading
But they would
minds?
only know I was searching for him or know of him because they were watching Irene.
I didn't feel any intrusions on my mind.
How the hell do y'all know Fate?
We don't.
We knew of her.
Well, how come she knows all this, like, this stuff?
Who's talking to us?
Sovereign.
Sovereign, okay.
Is it just
I was thinking-
these people in the room? It's just Sovereign, Saga, the Duke, and the four Rising?
Duke
Yeah,
left.
everyone else has left. They don't care about this.
Yeah,
They're
you told us Regiment's protecting your church, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll just shift back. I don't care in this company.
All right. Are you going to visit the rest of the Rising, or are you just leaving?
No, I'm with them in this room.
Okay. You're on the ground floor then?
Yeah, I thought Regiment led us there.
Yeah, he's not in the ground floor. He's just waiting to follow you. He's acting as your bodyguard, basically.
Oh. Yeah, okay. I'll just like shift back and wave him on
Okay.
and wink.
Are you Isaac now? Who are you? Are you still
I'll
Calvin?
be Isaac for the moment.
Okay. Freaking changelings, man. This is like, I'm so glad you brought up like the nickname thing. This is actually genius. It solves so many of our problems. All right. Here, this is Sovereign, and then this is Saga.
Ooh, they're very
So-
tall.
Sovereign's gonna
Either they were watching us, or they can read our minds.
Or they found that information elsewhere.
That
So Sovereign says
Where-
something
where
like,
would
"How
they
do they
figure that
know
I
all
mean,
this
they
stuff about you
literally have
guys?"
access to as much stuff as she could possibly ever ask for.
as far as I know, that information only exists in my mind and was said to Irene.
Well, how far back does your memory go?
3
Isaac.
years.
By
There
the
you
way,
go.
Isaac.
Then why would they know I knew that?
Saga
Was it-
reaches into his pocket and gives you the payment.
Hooray.
Sorry, I wasn't able to do that. I don't know if we can continue to do this going forward, but this is out of my pocket here.
Can the Stonewall afford that?
I can, personally. I don't know if the Stonewall can.
I suppose we can't afford not to.
Well, thank you. I'll add 160 plat.
When Sovereign asks, "How did they know that?" I say, "Well, they lead a faith. They lead a very powerful organization, and of course, it has an arm for covert infiltration and
They
information
can
gathering."
literally just ask their deities.
I suppose that's true. I've never been like a religious type myself.
Do you think she knew who I was?
Religion is a theater
Yeah.
of the mind.
You
mean,
seem
I
to
haven't-
see right through you.
I haven't even thought of my mother in years. I lived with my uncle before I left. I barely even thought about him.
I mean, it could either be getting under your skin, or it's a subtle threat, or she was guessing and thought that that would just be a generic threat that you would take personally and not know.
A guy's getting threatened by the Conclave? That sucks, man.
I mean, they came right into the stone wall to threaten us, essentially.
Yeah, they've sent a Templar to my apartment.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. I haven't been doing the best job protecting y'all then.
Well, we've managed so far, and you were very busy, so.
Yeah, I fought with Fate one time before. With her alongside. She's damn scary. I'm sorry, man. You're getting threatened by Templars. You know, I'll talk some sense into her, but
wanted to talk to you about the identity thing, Saga. I suppose we never really talked about what it meant for my joining. But I think we could like at least let the leaders of each house and the fish people know that I exist.
Stop calling them
It's-
fish people. That's disrespectful.
It's still useful for me. I generate opportunities using my identities. Like
Right.
Angie is now working within the Harmony Patrol. But I mean, it'd be also useful to have people know that I exist and that the Stonewall has a contractor, which is actually going to be a knight one day.
Well, I could let them know, yes. I didn't know what to do with your secret identity, so I've kept it a secret from everyone except Sovereign.
Do you think the person within the houses is a leader of one of the houses, the trader?
It's not impossible. I mean, look at Mercury Mortar, right? They're just Capcree. They're just Capcree.
Okay, then I guess pick the leaders of the houses you trust, and we can let them know about me. I can go with you and we can visit with them if you want, so they know me.
I mean, they don't have to know it's Isaac. It could just be another identity that's a knight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
miscellaneous.
I'll tell them that Miscellaneous is the name of a contractor who, I guess, shifts their identity. I won't tell them any more, just that Miscellaneous will accept their payments and I will take the payment instead and pass it on.
Well,
Head
I
of
still want
covert
to.
operations.
If we do kill the preacher, I want, all the status and power that comes with being a knight. So you can tell them that.
Very well.
Yeah.
Although
Not
you'd
to be
likely get
selfish.
promoted well past a knight for doing something like that.
That's the hope. Maybe I can live somewhere with a nicer landlord after that.
I think you could do that right now.
Yeah, is there anything I can do for you guys? I mean, I'm always out doing other stuff because I'm apparently like the face of Slaypool's military now. It's kind of weird. I guess it is what it is.
When did that happen?
I don't know, like a year ago they said, Sovereign, you're the knight in shining armor, and it's like, my armor's black, what are you talking about? Apparently it's shiny enough for them, I don't know.
It's a figure of speech. Not a literal thing.
I mean, you can shine it, but I don't. I prefer like a matte look where it's like not shiny, you know what I mean?
Is it safe for me to continue my work infiltrating Harmony Patrol if the Conclave knows who I am?
I don't know. I don't know if they know who you are. Do you
Might
think
just been
they
a
do?
context thing. I
By
think it's
the
just
way,
a context thing because there's so few people here.
The robot Marine patrols are known as Art Patrol.
Good to know. Good to know.
Oh yeah, about the disease. I'm trying to think of who to talk to about that. Who would I want?
You need to
To be
try and
able to work
source
with
more
us.
materials for you? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's the main thing. I've been trying to think of how we could source more. The only source I found of that white powder was that one ring of bricks where we fought Irene.
I
And,
think
can't seem
you
to
know whose
produce
workshop
anymore.
might be a good starting point.
Yeah.
White powder. What white powder?
A white powder. I've got different powders based off of all the aspects of Shade Pool. Black, gray, white, red, and blue.
Do you think it will all become a different color? at
Just
the
so
end of the
you
day?
know,
No.
by the way, everyone, while I have your attention, I've established this before, but Regimund is in the area.
Yeah. I know.
I was thinking
he's
about
an
going
ally,
to
right?
him. He's one of the people I'm considering giving this info to. Well, the info is going to be publicly available, but sourcing the material is going to be the tough part.
By the way, I just want to say, how the hell do you guys know Regimund? That's my guy right there.
He's the Duke of where I live.
He's sponsoring the Church of
Nice.
Alex.
Yeah, that's
I
good
sat next to
people.
him at the ceremony.
I fought alongside him a couple times. He's one of the tougher guys out there.
He's
You know,
got
he's
a
not
good
like
heart.
He's not like me, you know. I'm like a cut above. You know what I'm saying? You guys know.
He also now knows I exist, so I guess that's part of the extending trust thing that we just talked about.
Yeah, I like him. He's good people. He's a little bit of a dick sometimes, but I think he's earned it.
Speaking of which, I will switch back to miscellaneous now that I've had enough time talking to them as my girl face. I'm not comfortable doing that for long periods of time. It's a special occasion, so I let them see me.
All right. With that, I think that's the scene. Unless anyone has anything else they'd like to say.
Nope.
You know where the walls of Slaypool are?
Yeah, it's all around the city. Come on, you're smarter than that. Even I know that, and I'm not stuck on right. I'm kind of like they
It's
say
the
that I'm
stone
not
walls.
all there.
It's like he's like the last person you should be asking something like that. He will give you the
It's the
literal
stone
answer.
walls.
Well,
It's the stone wall's job to maintain those walls.
Oh, what the hell happened here?
Oh, 2 bombs went off.
Yeah, a lot has happened in the last,
Okay,
27 sessions.
that's true. It's been a journey. Everyone, welcome to the planning phase. So we're just going to do this very roughly here. What we're going to do is we're going to arrange this either as a week or a month, depending on the scale. I think this is a week scale. I think things are drastic enough. So you can investigate into a number of things. You can investigate into whoever you'd like, or you can have a week of downtime. Please operate as a group here.
I think we should scope out Fim's workshop. I think the idea of buffing Happy as much as we can and getting her to scope out as much as she can from a safe distance is a great first start.
Doesn't really help against magical and warning or alarms.
Yeah, that's why I think we should keep a wide berth.
Nothing a good investigation can't discover.
Yeah, just a casual scoping out of the place.
Well,
Walking where other people walk.
most alarms block divination. A transmutation spell might be able to get in without triggering them.
I mean, if it's proximity based, it won't matter, right?
I don't think it matters about what school of magic it is.
They're just literally like an alarm spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I keep a wide berth. Don't go in there, but walk where people walk. Walk on public streets and roads.
Okay.
It's just it being invisible and being as stealthy as you can, so you aren't spotted. Is the main point.
Fair.
Okay.
So we can go to stocks as a group, and then we can back off a little bit. Maybe find a restaurant or something nearby. Don't be suspicious that we're there. And then Happy goes off and looks at the workshop. See how big it is. See how many entrances there are.
Right, yeah.
See what's around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can we add our money, by the way? I assume so.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey,
That's
now I can
stacks.
afford lead for my apartment.
So what this means here, by the way, in regards to Angie, is that you will get no new information. You will just keep up enough that you are not forgotten.
Yeah. Okay. I can keep working on that when I have time.
Exactly. So week 1, you are doing an investigation into Garzik's workshop.
I believe so.
Yeah.
All right, Happy, you will be doing this infiltration here, and we'll be doing this sort of like as an ad hoc type thing.
Okay.
So I can make you invisible.
I'm gonna
Benari
cast
can make
enhance
you more
ability
dexterous.
to give her Cat's Grace. Advantage on dex checks.
Yeah.
Also doesn't
I'll
take
give you
damage from falling
invisibility.
20 feet or less, apparently.
Also, even though I'm invisible, I think Cloak of Elvenkind would still count. Like I'd get advantage and they get disadvantage to see me.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
obviously this will let you move silently with advantage too.
Yeah, this is boosted. Thank you.
All right, it will be virtually impossible for anything to see you. So, what is the investigation like?
I guess so. There's the workshop. First things first, I guess I would try to scale like a building adjacent or like the opposite side of the street of the workshop and try to like scope out what I can from above.
All right, you are looking from above, and there you can see that the art patrol is in full force around this workshop. They are patrolling like normal, but it is immediately apparent that their patrols are designed to overlap this workshop as much as possible.
Okay. Where are the entrances for this workshop, and how many are there? I guess
There are two entrances. There's a side for like opening up to whatever larger things are there, and then there's a front entrance which are meant for regular people to go in.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
There's a front entrance to his workshop for regular people to go in? Is it like a public building?
So he's got his workshop, right? There's a side door, basically think for like cars and stuff, for larger things to open, and then there's an actual door that's meant to be used. So if he creates something much larger, for example, it won't be able to fit through the regular door. What the hell? What is this? You are able to get up as close as you want to this building. You see that there is a bronze skinned, like very tan looking human with blonde hair that is walking into it. He has private guards that are defending it, and they greet him as he approaches. Go ahead and make a perception check to see if you hear what they say to him.
All right.
Nice.
What the hell? What are you doing?
Like a god.
They say to him, "Pleasant morning, Garzik. It's quiet."
Huh. Calling him Garzik.
Yep.
You said he was like a... Could you describe him again? Sorry, I just wanna write it
Yeah,
down.
he's got like bronze skin, like he's very tanned, and he's got messy blonde hair as well. He's very average in height and build. He looks like any person you could see anywhere on the streets of Slakepool. Nothing about him stands out.
All right.
Did he get Warforged?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought it was Fim.
Mhm.
Wait, the person they called Garzik, does it look like Fim?
Not at all.
I'm confused.
Oh.
Really? What do they look like?
I've just described it twice.
Sorry, I
Average
was
build,
thinking about that.
blonde hair, tanned.
Bronze skin, tanned, messy blonde hair.
Okay. Sorry, I was thinking about the... once I heard Fim and then not that, my mind just went there.
Right, fair. Okay. I guess
disbelieve the illusion.
this is a stretch, but can I roll an insight to listen to see if like the guard saying that believes this Garzik? Or roll one insight on the guy that's coming in as Garzik. Is he trying to sell this idea that he's Garzik? Does it seem like he's being genuine or authentic? Is that an insight roll in any way?
I don't think there's anything to really disprove that. Like, how are you going to check this? You know what I mean?
I don't know what he's like. Yeah.
You're watching a single 4-second interaction from the distance.
It's like super incredulous, like a Sherlock scene, like BBC.
Yeah, like you're just replaying it, like you're replaying your mind, and it's like got freeze frames. You zoom in, and like you like whip it around to see from a different angle in your mind.
Enhanced.
Can I like try to follow him in? Because they're opening the doors for him, right?
I'm gonna tell you right now, you can. It's a DC 25 sneak check to do it. Plus, you have to do an athletics to move quick enough.
DC 25 sneak check to do it, plus after roll an athletics.
You have to roll a 15.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm invisible. I can always just run away. What's the worst case?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
You could just spell it.
Okay.
So first the sneak check.
Ooh! Yeah!
Like a god.
Exactly. All right. DC 15 athletics. Not quite as hard to actually move it, but
what was my athletics? Sorry, let me just double check. 7. Okay, cool. There we go.
Nice. These are great rolls.
19,
As
19, 15.
As the guard opens the door for this person claiming to be Garzik, you immediately like slip in. You like trot up really fast, and you're like kind of running, but stepping in such a way that you catch yourself and you make virtually no sound. The guy just kind of like rubs himself a little bit. Whew, hella breeze. You're inside.
Ooh.
Inside the workshop, you can see that there are 3 stories to it, as well as clearly a basement area that he does further work in. The stories have various workbenches. He has a really large forge in one corner of the room on the first story. There's also like a staging area for creating what you are now realizing to be a giant mech suit of armor.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, we did see mechs earlier, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah,
This is
Yes,
like
they
this,
were
but
in-
quite a bit better, it looks like.
I see. Like the other ones are like, what, like 9 feet tall mechs? This is like probably 20 feet or something? Like something huge? Is that the idea?
Not quite that big, but like 15 feet.
Ah, I see, okay. Spooky. I feel like Garasek might be doing something that he's only gonna do once today, so maybe I should
Yeah.
follow him and then investigate the rest of the floor.
Can we say we bought those sending stones now that we got the money?
Sure.
And
Alright.
Happy has one.
Only
alright.
once per day, though. Keep that in mind.
And we said use this if you're in trouble and call for us.
How much
there we go.
gold should we remove for the sending stone?
We'll get to that.
Okay, cool. All right. Do I want to follow him or do I want to investigate this floor? You know what? Okay, I'm gonna follow him for a little bit. I want to see what he does first. If he stops anywhere and like starts working on something or tinkering.
Make a perception check.
All right. Oof.
You do not get the code down. He enters in like there's a wall here, and as he approaches it, like a glyph appears with numbers, and he quickly taps in something so fast that you don't even notice. And this opens up a wall in the ground with a trapdoor that you can follow him through, but you are not able to get the code.
But the trapdoor's still open, right? Or
Yeah, you
whatever.
can follow him.
Okay. Oh, dang. So my hand is forced. I don't want this thing to close. So I'll just follow.
All right, you follow behind him. It's been 10 minutes.
Okay. So
That in
50 minutes left of Invis. I would be wearing the stocks cam. I don't know if it works in his workshop. Probably not. But
No, not inside. When you get down beneath, this is amazing. You've never seen a lab like this before. Like, this is a full-on sci-fi lab. But instead of like technology, it's magic. It's a Magitech's dream here. Wielder, if only you could see this place. And you can see everything is done in the same sort of color of red with like these gold highlights. It's like the entire workshop is a part of this guy's being. Of Fim's being, rather. And I should say this guy's being because he drops the disguise as soon as he gets down and looks exactly like Fim. Because he is Fim.
Well, good confirmation.
damn, I wish I was an assassin right now. I don't think that would be worth it though. I think he would just live.
So he has like a man costume he wears.
Your disguise self.
They can just walk
Yeah,
around
that makes more
freely.
sense.
Because he's
Has-
like a boosted artificer.
As he gets deeper in, you can see that there are a lot of these people on these beds which are being afflicted by the disease. And he takes a look at the ones that are like the most damaged, and he's like observing them. One of them is significantly damaged to the point where like they look like they're barely alive, like a skeleton held together by like shade pool black substance. And as soon as he sees this, he jams them inside a bit of armor for like the Harmony Patrol.
Holy shit. So like they're going to slowly become like constructs? Is that what this is?
You don't know. As well, in this sort of open chamber here, as he opens the door, there's like these hospital beds with the patients, and then this leads out to an even larger room where you can see that there are about 10 of these giant mechs that he has. They're being worked on by other members of the art patrol that have been sort of repurposed into workmen for him.
Okay.
Do you wish to continue? Yes or no?
How much time has passed now? Like 15 minutes, 5 minutes extra past the 10?
5 minutes.
Okay.
Each turn is going to be 5 minutes.
It might be worth just doing like an investigation on this area and dipping. I'll go further.
Okay. You follow him, and as he steps forward, there's like this open crevice because like the area where all the giant mechs are in a platform below him. Like the floor's been dug in to create like this open area for them to build these. And as he steps forward, you can see there is a magical platform that's created for him to walk on. And he walks over. It's like a bridge that is created. You realize that the mechanism for creating the bridge is just very simply to stand at the edge, and just being there will activate the bridge. No tricks involved. He goes over to the other edge, and there you can see another workspace is open for him.
Oh
And
my.
he steps inside. Go ahead and roll stealth for me here.
All right.
Nice.
So he has disadvantage to notice you here. So this is going to be in your favor. You get the sense that you're unnoticed as he enters into this workspace.
Okay. Okay, so now it's been 20 minutes.
He is taking out a bit of powder, and he is right next to like another forge. There's a second forge. It looks like it connects to the same chimney as sort of like a way of disguising it.
Am I able to recognize the powder?
Go ahead and give me a magic technology roll.
That's just that would just be a flat int, right? If I don't have it.
Yep.
Or...
Yep, DC 15 to fully know DC. Oh, there you go. And there it is. This is a type of powder that is used very commonly, not quite as commonly as it's quite expensive to do this, but it's used to sort of conference call people. You put the powder in the fire and it connects to another person who is also by a fire. This is how they had Fate display that message, just in a much larger quantity.
Okay, I'm going to, I guess, eavesdrop then. I'm going to wait and see what's happening.
Okay. So, on the other end is Nula, the preacher.
Vim, how goes the effort in creating our army?
And Fim responds, well, things are going fairly according to plan. I don't know what the goddamn hell Jock Rob is doing, but par for the course.
How about the other aspects, the new ones? Have you made contact?
Of course I have, sir. I've spoken to Vonari, and I believe that Vonari should be easy enough to convert to our cause.
Excellent. Should we have Jock Rob convince them more thoroughly?
No, I don't believe we should. If they resist the effects, they are very likely to turn aggressive towards us. Nula, if you would, I have a suggestion.
What is it?
I believe we should begin to let the nightmares loose. Now that the Conclave is here, seeing them fall to our nightmares should be enough to raise the level of fear in the city.
Perhaps. However, this may interfere interfere with what Ain is doing.
Yes, it may interfere with Ain, but... Sir, you don't believe that Ain is more competent than I am when it comes to planning.
Perhaps. I don't trust you, and I don't trust Ain either. But I believe you want my spot, and you want it in as good a spot as possible. Ain just wants chaos.
Sir, I could never take your place. You know I'm far weaker than you. The preacher just looks at him like the preacher is insulted.
I am not stupid, Vim. I know you have been making deals with many people. Your alliance web is nothing compared to my strength. But know this. Should the Rising prove to be more competent than you, I will have them replace you in a heartbeat. Prove your worthiness now.
And this disappears. Fim is ecstatic. He's grinning ear to ear. Happy? Do you wish to continue? Yes or no?
So, well, one thing before I answer that, while that was happening, would I be able to steal some of the powder?
You can certainly try. This would be a stealth check once again.
All right.
Nice.
You are able to get through his passive perception, and you are able to steal some of this powder.
All right. Just in case, I don't know like how the powder links up to who to call. Maybe the powder has to be attuned or something. So
It does have to be attuned.
oh fuck, we could call the preacher.
You can.
Oh shit. Kind of want to steal more now, but it is what it is. All right. Yeah. Oh, wait, it's been what, 25 minutes now?
10, and then it's been 2 turns, so this would be 25 minutes, yes.
Okay. 30 minutes be enough to get out. This seems to be like his proper like workshop, right? I think.
Yep.
Like okay.
There's a decoy workshop up top is basically the sense that you get. This is the real thing.
Right. Could I roll an investigation just to like snoop around this workshop, see what I can find?
Go ahead.
Sick. Please be good. Yes. Okay.
Happy, you are like moving around as this guy is starting to work on what appears to be like another suit of Harmony Patrol armor. It looks like he's making unique bespoke armor. He's not stealing it anymore. And as he's like moving around, picking stuff up here and there, you're like ducking around and like hiding behind him, like just trying to avoid him as you're searching the room. What are you looking for in particular?
Okay, so I want to find methods or ways in which I could sabotage this army. So, for example, he's making the armor. Is there any way for me to make the ore more brittle or ruin his machinery? Something like that. That's probably one thing. And I guess just general clues as well, if I could find anything.
Okay,
Like,
go ahead and give me a magic technology roll then.
Alright. Oof.
You have no idea how to sabotage this stuff. This is high quality. You could like just start fucking around and doing stuff, but you don't know what it will do. Like this is beyond your limitation. You're a thief, you're not an engineer.
Fair. Okay.
This is Wielder's purview.
At least I have enough information to give Wielder.
But what you are able to find investigating this room, general information is that he is the one who is arranging for meetings with the Conclave and with Jock Rob. You can see letters are being sent between them. It seems like Fim is the guy who actually does the work, whereas Jock Rob is just like there. and the letters are being sent specifically to Silas.
Okay.
It's also possible, however, that he's still in these letters. It's not clear which of the two. It's one of the two. You think it's the former just because it's Fim's handwriting and you can see his handwriting everywhere, but...
So, okay. And I'm assuming there's like a signature or something at the end of each of these.
Yep. All of these are signed by Jock Rob. But again, this is Fim's handwriting, so you're not sure exactly what's going on with this, but you suspect Fim's writing these.
Fuck, I wish I had key in mine right now. Okay, can I just take one of those papers? He's gonna probably notice, but...
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check.
Alright. He's gonna notice it missing at the very least.
Mhm.
But he might notice me taking it. Oof. Can I use my well-rested inspiration?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey!
And there
Wait.
it is.
Hold on, you didn't need to use your inspiration because you would have advantage on sleight of hand from Cat's Grace.
Oh,
No, that's true. Okay,
Yeah.
keep the inspiration. So there it is, a 27. While this guy's looking, you grab the paper and it disappears. Fim turns around to look at something else. He's reviewing the blueprints as he has not committed them to memory. And he goes back to it, completely not noticing one of the letters has been taken.
Bro, if I take the blueprint, oh my goodness.
He would
So what he's
notice
actually
that the
looking at?
blueprints he taken, yeah.
Bro, take the blueprint and just fucking book it.
How are you gonna get out? Did
With
the
a die?
door close behind
That's probably
you?
not a good plan, because I need to probably take my time finding an exit, like Wielder said, Blixer said.
Okay.
Alright, okay, I have the paper. That's about all the unique stuff I noticed, right?
Yeah, there's like random stuff for like an artificer's workshop, but you don't know what would be involved in that.
Alright. If I'm invisible, stuff that I have on me is invisible too, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Is it possible for me to whip out like paper and try to copy this blue? That's probably too expansive to do that in 30 minutes. I'll just leave.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check, and this time the advantage and the disadvantage cancel out.
Ooh, so it's just a flat stealth check?
Yep. And I'll tell you why this has disadvantage in a second based off your roll.
30, yes!
Wait.
Hey.
The first
Take the
one.
24.
Take the
17.
24.
I thought I only erased the cage one. I thought I did. Yeah.
Okay, so 24?
24, yeah.
See if he notices. You are about to step out over the platform when you silently realize, wait, I need to make this bridge appear. You look over your shoulder to make sure he's not working, like looking at you, and he's like turning constantly back and forth to look. The second you step on this platform, this bridge is going to appear.
Oof.
You wait until he's doing something particularly laborious, and you step on and you try to make it across as quickly as possible. You can't even like look back at this. You're just moving as quickly as you can while still being quiet. It seems like you're about to like step really loud, and you catch yourself at the last second. You turn around, and he's putting stuff into water.
Hey!
He does not notice you.
Hooray!
I was thinking, okay, the only way we're gonna be able to help Happy in this fight is by using our inspiration as players to give him disadvantage.
Yeah, I just have to run away, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I just follow my way back the best I can.
Okay, point of order. You get on your way back. That's another turn. So it's been 5 minutes getting there. So it's been 30 minutes now.
Okay.
You don't know the code.
Oh, the code's on the other end as well?
It automatically closes after a while.
Right, the code's on both ends, I see it. There's like a button on the inside to open.
Yep.
Well, it was nice knowing you, Happy.
Can I roll an investigation on this thing? It's
Go
like
ahead.
a trap, right?
Mhm.
Dang, I can't type right now.
Anyone have
Ooh,
inspiration to give?
if not, I'll
Nope.
see.
I
You-
have not rested at all during all this.
So happy Fizzlebang.
Well, I can use my own well-rested inspiration, no?
If you want. Do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
There are 3 traps put upon this. 3 magical traps.
Oof.
Each of these traps is rigged to work on 2 different causes. The first is any of the other traps breaking, and the second is them breaking. So all of these traps are connected. You almost didn't notice them, and you go, wait a minute, this is magic. This is a magic trap. It's not a physical trap. There are 3 traps upon this keypad.
Okay.
It'll
And I
be a DC 25 to pick this lock.
Oh, damn. All
Well,
right.
luckily you have advantage.
Unless you can find something here that will help you. If you want to go back in and look around, there may be something that you can do to help
Wait, did
you.
you say
But
35 or 25?
25, not 35.
Yeah, you can do it. Although if you
35.
fuck up, it's gonna suck. But
try 1111.
I guess I do have. I guess I took 5 minutes to investigate, right? I do have
Yep.
20 minutes.
Yeah, if you want to go back in and look around to see if there's any clues or something, or if like the password is written somewhere else, or there's another way out or something like that, you can try that. Otherwise, it looks like you're going to have to disable the magic trap and then try to pick the magic lock.
All right,
you
I'll
have
do
to
that.
roll a 15 with advantage.
Yeah, which is doable. Very doable. Like, I have time. I may as well.
Done it before, but yeah. Well, you still have to get out after getting through the door.
But like, yeah, but when I get through that, I'm like literally on the base level. I don't think I need to be invisible anymore. I don't think there's anybody there. It looked empty.
Inside, but outside, the
It
place
looks
is
empty, but
crawling.
outside, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I think that's fine. There might be another way out from above. There is a forge, right? So there's presumably there's like a chimney or something.
Oh yeah.
That's
Okay, but in either case, I guess I'll just investigate the room behind me.
okay. So you're going back in and looking around. Go ahead and give me an investigation check then.
All right. The other thing is, worst case scenario, I could probably hide underneath or behind something until he leaves. And try
35.
35? Oof.
Yeah. Time is ticking. You're investigating, you're going into all these other rooms, and you're not finding it. You find like more suits of armor that have been prepared. You find like all this other stuff that's been done. There are prototypes for the bombs missing like any sort of sand inside of them.
Right. Anyone got inspiration that they're willing to give? If not, it's fine. But
Do you have episode inspiration yet?
It starts next session.
I can give you inspiration. It should be either stunt or rested, I guess.
If an hour elapses, we'll know our spell's ended, and if you're not out yet, well, then we might actually try and help.
All right. Thank you. Cal. Critic Cal.
There you go.
You
I'll go
invoked the name.
wild with it. Okay, you investigate thoroughly and you find nothing. There's
Ooh.
nothing to be found on this side. You'll have to go to the other side to investigate.
Oh my goodness. All right, fine. Okay, so another 5 minutes, so it'll be 30.
And give me a stealth check, just flat to get across the bridge.
Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, get rid of the first roll if it's not advantage.
23.
So 23.
23.
Yeah.
You wait until Fim is looking away, and you're holding your breath. You just kind of like book it across. And the entire time he looks away, you're able to get into his office again.
Nice.
All right. Roll investigation again.
Go ahead.
My previous roll didn't count towards it. It was a different goal, I guess. So. All right. Oof.
You can have my other inspiration. I think I probably still have the. I
Oh
probably
my
keep
God.
the arc one.
Thank you for the other inspiration. Thank you so much.
What?
Critic Cal.
Give you a 19 and a 20.
Critic Cal strikes again.
The code is 3489.
All right. I guess
Where did-
another- guess
Where did
another-
they find the code? What was the code written in?
So essentially, this code is written in a letter from Jock Rob, and Jock Rob's like, "Hey, how do I get in here?" And then the letter responds is not 29, 3489.
89, sorry.
So 3489, and then it says, "Give me this letter when you get back, so I can incinerate it."
just like a video game.
exactly.
All right, feels good, man. All right, I guess I would have to make another stealth to go across the. Yeah.
Yep. One last.
Oof. Okay, and this is no
This is
advantage.
1d20.
No advantage. 1d20 plus 10. Not
Okay,
bad.
not bad.
I don't know if he still has disadvantage for
Okay.
seeing me though. I don't know if
Well,
that's.
you're invisible. I think that's where the
Well, seeing
disadvantage is coming
you,
from.
but seeing the bridge
The
appear
bridge.
wouldn't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Happy, you look over your shoulder and you begin to like run across as you've done before. You're getting pretty used to this now. A shot rings out.
Oh,
Oof.
goodbye, Happy. Do we hear that? Or are we too far away?
Happy, do you let this shot hit you? Yes or no?
Why would you?
No.
Can you dodge this? This is
You see,
16.
My AC is 15.
did that person have
Have the
disadvantage
next-
because you're shooting an invisible creature?
Yeah, that would be disadvantage.
Sure, let's see the second shot. Oh no!
Oh.
Shit.
One of the mechs
Oh, that's-
sees the bridge goes up, and as part of its automated self-defense, fires out a shot at you.
Oof. Do I leave blood if I'm invisible?
No, this is like a fire bolt that shot at you.
Okay. Okay, that's fine then. Like, someone will come and check it out. Doesn't necessarily mean they'll.
How much
might-
noise does it make?
Probably makes
It
quite.
turns around, and Fim cranes his head and sees the bridge is smoking and active. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to leave. I guess I'll try to stealthily leave so he doesn't hear me. I'm just gonna try.
What that
Give me
number?
another stealth check. He's going to have disadvantage to notice you, but
Will I also have advantage this time because it's not on the bridge?
you're still on the bridge.
I'm still on the bridge.
Well, the bridge is already across, so that doesn't really factor into
It doesn't factor in. The DC is going to be higher because he's actively looking for you now.
All right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Oh, well, it was nice
I
knowing you,
literally
Happy.
don't have any.
Wait,
Sorry, I yelled at you as the last thing I said before you died.
I don't get why I don't have the advantage though, because he's trying to find me in particular. No.
Well, you have disadvantage as well, so they cancel.
Okay. So yes. All right.
And the disadvantage
Okay.
is specifically because there's
Okay.
smoke.
Oh, smoke.
You are moving through smoke right now.
Doesn't he? Because of is that like the obscured?
Well, he's already,
You
He's already
are
invisible.
obscured.
So yeah.
True, true.
Either way,
Yeah.
you can't stack advantage one disadvantage.
Either way, it's really obvious that you're moving forward on the bridge, is what the trail of smoke entails, right?
You
You're
should
moving
book it.
across the other end of the bridge.
Right, Happy was the one smoking.
Right.
That's
Happy
fine.
is
That's
just
a bad habit,
Oh.
Happy. You really should quit smoking.
I mean, he's
It's-
gonna see the door fucking open because you have to open the door regardless.
Yeah. So you've got to fucking book it.
Yeah.
Uh,
exactly.
So as this happens, Fim like presses a button and suddenly his armor transforms and he begins to fly towards you at high speeds.
Okay.
Run.
Exciting.
Gonna run.
You go ahead and make an opposed athletics check to see if you get there before he does.
All right. Oh, he's just trying to get to the end exit. I
Yeah.
see.
He's like running after you because you're running out on the bridge. You are so much faster than him. You just zip up and you climb up. What's the code? 5,
3, 4,
2,
3, 4, 8.
1. You get it just in time. You open up the door. Fim is like flying after you. He hears this open up. The door slides up. What do you do?
I just scroll up in the chat and I couldn't even find it. I just said it. I don't know if it was right. Out. Okay, what do I do? I'm just gonna run out the exit, the one I came in through, and then I'm gonna just try to climb the building in front.
Go ahead and
I'm invisible. It'll probably be really hard for him to find out.
got
right?
no more disadvantage here. Go ahead and just roll a stealth check.
All right. No more disadvantage, baby. That means I got advantage, baby. Oof.
You're not hiding from Fim. You're hiding from the guard.
Oh, okay.
Guard sees the door open. He's like, "Oh, what the hell?" Fim gets to the edge and then realizes he has to stop and put his disguise on, which gives you just enough time to climb to the roof.
True. Oh, that sucks though, because he's gonna change the code now. That's one of the reasons I wanted to go and actually find the code, is because we had an easy way to get back in and it's not like wrecked. But it is what it is.
What it is. You are able to get away without being seen.
Feels good, man.
You're on the roof now. And Garuzik, the human, looks around, sees nobody. He walks up to one of the guards. Hey, have you seen, like, I don't know, there's someone opened the door or something? I haven't seen anything myself. And the guy's like, I mean, the door did open, but it's just like the breeze or something. There's some wind today. Oh, that sucks. All right, I'll just go back downstairs then.
Feels good, man. I guess I'll just meet up with
He's
the team.
like he's fucking mad.
Yeah,
You
I
know-
was banking on being able to run away. That was like one of the things I was banking on. I'm glad it paid off. But
He
I
knows we
rolled
know
low.
about the nightmare plan now.
Yeah, we used so much inspiration on that.
He doesn't
think it
know
was-
it's us.
I think it was worth it though.
Who else could it be?
Could be
Everybody
like
else-
the cosplay. Could be the mafia.
Could be another aspect.
Could be
Everybody who
another.
poses the preacher dies except for us.
You will be on
Well,
possibly alert though.
there might be some shenaniganery we can do with the powder to like maybe figure out where the preacher is or something. I don't.
Could be.
Well, you know about the mechs now, automatically shooting.
Yeah,
You can ask
true.
Elise. We
We got a lot
give the
of
powder to
points.
Elise and station us.
Well, yeah, I would meet up with the team and relay everything that I saw. So Garosik, so Fim disguises himself with magic to look like a normal human being. They have sort of like bronze skin. They're tanned, I guess I should say. They have messy blonde hair. And the workshop that we see is a front. The top 2, 3 floors have nothing to do with the actual stuff that Fim is doing. You have to go through a basement trapdoor that has a keypad. You have to unlock it with the right code, which was 3489. He's probably going to change it now. And once you get in, there's quite an impressive lab. Wielder, I think you would love it.
Might not be able to change it because it's magic. You'd have to probably recast it all.
Maybe, but then that means we just have to act before you can recast it, I guess, if we wanted to act on this information. But yeah, so he has a whole lab underneath, and that's once he got to that lab under in the basement is when he took off his disguise, and it was Fim. And there were a bunch of mechs in there. These mechs had automatic firing mechanisms that shot me once they discovered me through an error on my part. But prior to that, I was investigating the labs, and I found Fim's personal workshop, and in it, he was able to use this powder. I'm gonna give the powder to. I'm like, I guess I would have like a cloth, like handkerchief that I wrapped it in. I'm gonna give that to Wielder.
You get 6 health back.
Oh shit, that's like basically almost everything.
I hadn't rolled min. Like,
This is a powder that you can use to talk to people. I don't know too much about it. I think it's the same stuff the Pope used when they arrived, Wielder. I think if we wanted to, we can use this to talk to the preacher.
Interesting.
Where
The
are
thing
you guys
about
right now? I should ask.
We're at like a restaurant or something.
You're at a restaurant in Stocks?
Yeah, we were pretty close by. Not super close by. We were kind of close by.
The restaurant, after a brief period of time, like you're chatting with this, out of the corner of your eye, you can see about 20 people that are clearly with the mafia, like they're all wearing suits and everything, approach this area. What do you do?
I'm gonna quickly. Well, Wheeler,
Are
quick.
they
put that
approaching
back.
us? Are they approaching us?
Go ahead and roll insight, Wielder, as you've asked.
Great. 11.
It's not
Yeah.
clear if they're approaching you specifically, but they are going into this place.
Not a big deal, right?
Is it anyone we recognize?
There is one person you recognize among them.
Is
Nelfrey.
it Nelfrey? Oh, okay. What's our early notes?
Nalfrey leads the charge into here. He is like clearly in charge of this operation, and he's moving in. Do you guys do anything in particular?
He was just one of the mercs. Like, he was kind of friendly.
Yeah. Red Eagle Trading Company. He heads that. So they're mafia?
Well, Nelfrey was working for them. I don't think he was actually. Actually, I don't know if he was part of.
Oh no, the notes for the blade with the symbol was owned by Nelfrey. Nelfrey doesn't own the Red Eagle Trading Company. Okay.
Are you going to
yeah,
stay
we
there?
did know he was because he was our contact with Bungus. So yeah, we knew he was part of mafia.
We're gonna stay here.
Gonna stay. I think they might do something to like the restaurant owners, like extort them or whatever.
We'll watch and
I don't know if
see.
we want to. I don't think we should step in. I don't think we should draw more presence, more attention to our presence here. I really don't think we should step in.
As soon
Are we
as
police
everyone else
officers or aren't
steps
we?
in,
We're not.
you can see the actual, like, the owner is like visibly unnerved. He snaps his fingers, and suddenly everyone surrounds your booth.
The owner does, or Nefri does?
Nalfrey and their group.
Hi, Nelfrey. Long time no see. How's it going?
Hi, Birdman. How's
Time
it going?
no see. Hello. Now, I'm sure you're all very familiar with me, as I'm quite important. And I've become more important with time. I am, of course, the hero of the city.
Oh yeah, did you defuse any of the bombs?
I wasn't aware of that. I was working on something far more important, and the underground delegation has requested an audience with you on my request.
What's the underground delegation?
I'll not tell you any more than this. Understand that I am speaking on behalf of an organization that is meant to free the city.
Do any of us know
Oh,
anything
is
about the
this
underground?
all the mafia coming together?
Can I roll an insight on this? Are you
I-
talking about the clave or something?
No.
He says
No,
it be when you say that, Vanari. But look, you are requested to be part of this meeting because I recognize your ability is almost equal to my own. You would be very useful to us.
I thought you weren't too fond of us anymore.
Well, yes, that was the past, and now we're in the future. And it's a very dark future. But thankfully, due to the influence of Nalfrey, things will be better.
Weren't you just a hired mercenary? No offense.
I was. But after my loss to you, I began training as hard as I possibly could. I would seek out battles against all the greatest swordspeople, and I would not stop until I was able to defeat you again. And I was noticed by this. They recognized my ability and my drive and my passion and my natural talent and good looks. And they sought me to be a senior member of the underground delegation.
The underground
Well,
delegation.
congratulations on the promotion.
And you all have to come.
What happens if we don't come?
Come on! Please!
Okay, but can you at least tell us what it's for?
And until you get underground. You have to get underground. It's very secret. Top secret.
You can whisper it in my ear.
Sound like an
You're
interesting
talking
opportunity.
about it here in this restaurant.
I'm talking about... We own this restaurant!
Was
Are there
this
any
restaurant's
customers
food
around?
good?
It was good. The guy looks at the group and he's like still kind of nervous, but he like waves at them.
Surely the Rising recognize the value of secrecy, even if they don't often exercise it. Why not go with this man and learn what he wants?
Yes.
Oh.
Who are you? I like you the most out of all the
I
Rising.
feel like following the Mafia to an underground spot that we know nothing about.
No, listen to the man. The man knows what's up. Listen to the man.
I am Leonine. I am the new contractor. But
Is he on unicorn dust? Does he look like he's crazy? Like he's on unicorn dust? Like not crazy Daniel's minion. I don't remember what his name was.
Justice Jostin.
Justice Joe.
Justin.
Yeah.
Does he look like he's on unicorn dust?
Go ahead.
Why am I asking for all the inside checks? 9.
Is it the most paranoid?
Because this is not like a video game where you min-max everything. No, he seems completely sober.
All right.
He's very clearly desperate, though, right?
Yeah, he's desperate. He's also like super passionate. Like this guy has never once done anything but wears heart on his sleeve.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's the sense we got from last time.
I will go to this underground delegation.
Yes!
I mean,
yes!
we may be able to share some information. It could be useful.
Have I ever heard of the underground?
And I'll tell you why in like 2 seconds if you go.
Okay.
I'll also say, and it's been a while since we've been in a fight, so if they try anything, I'm looking forward to trying out my new powers.
We won't be fighting. We're on the same side. Welcome to the underground delegation. Okay, it's actually in this building, very coincidentally. Isn't that nice?
I roll an insight on we're on the same side. Oh.
I choose to believe it.
Okay. He is telling the truth. He's a little panicked, and you get the sense that he is a little bit in over his head.
Huh.
All right. Well, let's start the meeting then.
So you go downstairs, and there's like a bunch of barrels where they have like the meads, and in one of the barrels they open it up and they pull on like a very inconspicuous looking panel, which then opens up a secret back wall which leads down into this underground chamber. There you can see there are members of the Velus and the Ambrose family that are waiting for you, all of them, as well as Milo.
Are you joking?
Welcome to the underground delegation, everyone. We are the resistance against the control of Capcree and the Conclave in Slaypool.
Well, why didn't you open with that?
Because everybody is listening to us all the time. We have to be in a place that's protected against divination.
I thought that was pretty obvious. Like, who else is trying to take over their land?
Milo there, he beams. Oh, hello. Do you know where Isaac is? Isaac, you're familiar with him. He's a friend of mine. I acted kind of uncouth to him. I was undercover.
Oh my god.
I'll look at Isaac, but I won't overtly point him out.
Look
I've
at
never heard
Wielder.
of anyone like that. Are you talking about one of the previous contractors that joined this team?
Well, okay, I am. I've known you very well, Isaac. I imagine that the one person that isn't the people that I know is probably you.
Yes, well, there's a value in stealth, Milo.
Well, listen, I had to act like a jerk in front of you. I pretended to be one of them. I'm undercover investigating the Conclave so I can get deep in and find out their secrets. I'm a mole, Isaac.
Say, Milo.
I'm also a mole. How many moles do we need?
Yes, 2.
Say,
And
Milo, what tribute you've given to the mocking, not the mocking, what's his name again? The Magpie.
He looks at you, and then you can see like Nathan and Uriah are just like glaring daggers at you. The other leader of the Velus, by the way, is this lion man who stands up really tall, and he is just about as tall as Wielder is, hunched over. He walks up to Wielder. This is Wielder, the greatest worksman in all of Allenshaw.
Who is this person again?
It must be
Guy is the
Garomir.
Dawn of the Velus family.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
The Dawn of the Velus family.
He's the Dawn. Have I ever met him?
Oh, but he looks at you and he says, "All of my men get everything that we can from the Waterside Guild."
Well, glad to have your business. What can we help you with?
Glad to have you on our side. Let's talk about the revolution. And this is where we'll end our session.
These guys are a hell of a lot nicer than the Ambrose family.
Don't worry, the Ambrose family's here too.
The Ambrose
so-
family's here.
Also, I'll give the Happy just assumes that Cal would know about like sending letters and stuff. I would give her the Jokrub letter from that Fim might have wrote.
About sending letters?
No, about like for like signatures and like having a seal on a letter and how you're supposed to send those, like forgery basically.
Thank you all for coming. I'll see you next Saturday, and we will investigate the future of Slaypool together as a team.
It's good.
Here's
Mile-
my hypothesis.
Should we
Broke my
do
cover.
shopping
Hypothesis I have.
between sessions? Or do you want to actually RP?
The what?
RP.
Let's discuss this later.
Okay.
But yeah,
Like
he did.
us again.
He did in fact break your cover, but he also didn't know. You know Milo. He's kind of a. He's Milo. Of course he'd do that.
Yeah.
That's his secret reason for
Have a
joining
talk
the
with him.
conclave.
I just built Leonine.
Well,
His sideburns
these
were
are your
memorable.
allies.
An ally
Here's my
that took like 50
hypothesis.
gold from you here.
Jokes on them. I'm siding with the Capri.
The disease is a corruption that is converting people into shade pool material. I believe this because Fim was putting diseased people into the Harmony Patrol things.
Or
And we
that's how
know
he's
that
taking
the
over.
shade pool material is in some way soul. Corrupted soul.
Do you think Finn might be evil?
Hey, you wonder?
I don't think Fim's evil.
I didn't think so,
no.
but he was doing the thing with the Harmony Patrolman, and I was like,
Fim's
I don't know
absolutely
about that.
evil.
I think
Yeah.
Saga and Sovereign are probably evil. And
Point
Oh,
of
yeah.
view,
From my
it's
point of
just
view, the
wall that are-
Jedi are evil.
Do you think
Xenos.
Wielder's evil?
Maybe he was.
He might be.
yeah, I think
Maybe-
Wielder,
I
Happy,
think Red
Cal,
Wielder is
Ari.
evil. I think there's definitely an evil twin thing here.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next Saturday.
Yes,
Oh,
get it.
Evil
Please
twin
read.
thing.
I love how every
Shit.
session.
Wielder is Fim's evil. No, it's literally an evil twin thing. Fim is literally Wielder's evil twin. You're the part that Ein chopped off so that Fim could be evil.
I love how every
about
session
that.
I introduce a bunch of information and there's more questions somehow. Great.
No,
You know that one makes sense because then Wheeler would be evil too.
it's just a bunch of Warforged were awoken or whatever, and the
They
preacher only liked the preacher for whatever reason only liked Fim.